All right, welcome back to Meet Your Makers podcast. I am Vandalart, also known as Trey. Seated to my left, or the camera's right, we have the handsome giant of a man who I always ask uppies from, Gringo Tactical, a.k.a. Holden. And today we're joined by a very special guest. No stranger to the podcast, was actually around for episode 1. We just didn't have him on camera because we didn't have enough cameras or anything else set up.
Yep.
Darkworkssyndicatellc, Syndicate, and they're going to know your government name too.
It's Zack.
It's Zack.
It's Zack.
It's Zack.
Or Zachary, if you're my mother.
If you're my mother.
So,
Dude,
I have one.
Zack.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out here to do the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're one of the first guests we had
cool.
down on our list of guests to have on here, and so
I know.
I'm glad
I
we're
finally
making
made
it
it.
happen.
I'm very excited to be on here.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Looking extra handsome today.
Yeah, the opposite of what I normally look like.
I wouldn't say that.
99%.
You're always looking handsome.
Looking like you're going to the country club.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, you look very handsome.
Thank
Your
you.
fit's looking extra fine.
My daddy owns the lake. Duck may swim on the lake.
But my
daddy owns the lake. You know.
Yeah, that old chestnut.
You know.
All right, Cooter. Fucking hit us in there, bud.
Snap.
Shit, we're gonna crack one real quick.
We're gonna crack it. Yep.
Super down.
Everybody grab a brewski.
All right.
Here we go. We like to crack them in unison, right?
Oh shit, nope.
Oh, premature.
Sure. Oh,
Wow.
not the first time that's happened.
Okay,
one, two, three.
Oh.
Have you ever sat on the couch and been scolded by your boys about popping open a beer and felt really gay about it?
That's what it's like to drive a Ford F-150.
Sorry. That's what it's like to drive a
Sorry,
Ford
boys.
F-150.
It happens,
Cheers.
dude.
Sorry.
If you drive a Ford F-150, you definitely open your beers.
Everyone watching
premature.
this, you can't tell my doctors I'm drinking this beer, by the way, so no
Yeah.
tattletales.
We'll get in all those little chestnuts.
Yeah. Getting to the deuce.
Can't tell nobody.
I needed this.
Can't tell nobody.
This beer will fix me. I'm currently harassing Coors Banquet right now, along with my followers.
I seen that. I seen the story reshares of your fandom going hard at Coors Banquet.
They're deleting comments right now.
Are they?
They're deleting comments.
Is this gonna get as bad as like the your mom's house like show me the bodies G with Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks, dude, I'm very close to getting blocked. I feel it in my bones, and I literally just want to collab with them on something that's a really cool idea.
We're gonna get a cease and desist and
Dude.
not be allowed to drink Coors on the
Can
podcast.
they sue you over this for harassment?
If there's no restraining order, I think we're okay. They're a company, dude. How can they?
Yeah. How can you harass a company?
And how is it harassment? They're just like, hey,
There's plenty of ways to harass a company. Plenty of ways.
not the way they'd sue, I don't think. But literally, all the messages are just like, hey, you should open up Vandalart's DM. Or Vandalart saved me from a well when I was just a child. Please open up his
I love that
DM.
shit.
Fucking one guy wrote them a whole poem about how they should open up my DM and message it to
poem?
him. A poem.
Wow. How many stanzas?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Oh, dude,
hilarious.
it was like 20. I'm pretty sure he chat GBT'd it, but it was pretty good.
Fair enough.
But anyways, Coors, reach out.
Yeah,
super
Coors,
funny.
come on.
You're fucking up, dude.
Come on,
You're
Coors.
fucking up, Coors.
Come on, Coors.
That or I'm fucking up, dude.
No, not at all. We can cuss on this podcast, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
dude.
100%. Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if there's like YouTube.
Holden
laws
literally
in
says the
land
N-word
or
on this
something like
podcast.
that.
No, I do not.
You have?
I do not.
Every episode. I just usually cut it. Isn't that right, Cooter?
Hang on. I was just checking our skin colors. My God.
My God.
My God, that's sketchy.
I'm going to get in trouble.
2025.
You guys are going to get me in trouble.
Of course not, dude. We never do that.
Yeah, fucking right. We're probably already on some lists because of the podcast. But yeah. Hey, dude. Yeah, again, thanks for coming out. I
Thanks
always
for
love
having
seeing
me.
your face.
I love seeing you
You're
guys.
such a fucking cutie. Look at you.
Thank you.
I love that mustache. I'm so jealous. Cooter's got quite
Everyone
the
can
fucking
have
mustache
one.
now.
Everyone's
too.
allowed to have one.
Yeah, I just can't grow a good one.
It's literally there.
Everybody can have one. It's just whether or not you can grow a good one. That's the question.
It's literally there. You just shave the rest of it off, and you got a mustache.
I know, but like,
just don't shave it too short.
Like you guys can get like these super big, bushy, like fireman mustaches.
You can too.
You can't.
I do.
Dude, my shit's blonde.
I've tried to grow mine out. Mine doesn't fill in that much. It just turns into rattiness.
This is 5 days. Not that anyone can see it, but it's 5 days.
And he's doing great.
That would take me 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, I blame my dad. He's got the spotty facial hair genes too, and I got most of that too. So, also I got this nice big bald spot right under my chin under here that gets nice.
I just thought that was white hair, to be honest with you.
Nope, that's my bald skin underneath, and I have to get my.
I hate you so much for hating on yourself. Right
I have
now.
to get my goatee and comb it down over my bald spot. I have to do a comb over with my chin hair.
Damn, I have to do a comb over with the hair on top of my head. Hey, receding hairlines are coming back thanks to White Lotus.
I've been to Kofefe.
You can't see it, but Zack here also has a glorious head of hair. Which he recently chopped it down.
Got some hair. I used to have, I grew it out for 2 years before this and like had it all the way down braided. I literally look like Stay Mental on Instagram if you look him up. It's the same hair, same length.
Glorious.
I don't know when this is going to release or not, but if you can manage to come to our little event that we're going to be hosting for our gentleman over here, and you come up and you tell me you're a fan of Vandal, I will personally go up to him, pull that fucking hat off of his head, and I will fucking kiss his forehead.
I'll kiss his forehead too.
Hard.
First of all, I'm gonna come up to you every 5 minutes, and be like, "Hey, I'm a fan of Vandal Art. You know what to do."
He's gonna send.
I'll do it.
He's gonna have 20 people.
I'll do it. I'll give him uppies too.
I'm just gonna have to set up a kissing booth at the event.
He's just gonna. And Vandal's over there.
Cover charge free.
Vandal's just sending people over to you.
I'm just gonna have a sign walk around over my head, just like, say you're a fan of me to Gringo.
Kiss me, please.
Find the biggest white guy and say you're a fan of Vandals.
I want to make you a shirt that says that.
All right, dude. Well, so like the basis of the podcast is we like to have people on that are makers, artists, business owners,
handsome fellows,
friends, homies, things of that nature, and just kind of get to know them. The whole basis of the podcast is called Meet Your Maker. So
that's cool.
We like to, get our audience to meet the maker.
I was excited to be on here.
Yeah,
for real.
Basically, we're just gonna go through about basically anything you want to go through. We'll start with where'd you grow up, and how was your childhood, things like that. Where'd you grow up at? What'd you get into as a kid? Things like that. Sports.
Which one do you want first?
Yeah, this is a lot of questions you just threw, man.
Oh, was it? Okay, I've got ADHD really
bad.
That's
okay. Which one do you want? No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll answer all of them. Which one do you want first?
Where did you grow up? Let's start with that.
Where did I grow up? Okay, so I was born in San Diego.
Okay.
I was born in National City, San Diego.
Oh,
so
deep south.
Yep. And
I wouldn't call that the deep south, first of all.
Well, a different deep south.
It's down there in the south.
Yeah,
so.
it's a Southern California.
The Southern California
deep
vibe,
south Southern California.
Sure. Yeah. And my parents moved here when I was 1 or 2. Excuse me. Sorry. The chords is kicking.
You're
slapping
good.
right now. And then I was raised here. I was raised in Maryville. And
So, have you ever heard of Maryville?
I've heard some things in passing.
It's the hood of Arizona. Arizona's weird. We have pocket hoods. Like, you'll be in a really nice area, and then 2 streets over, you'll have a hood, and then 2 streets over again, it'll be really nice.
Yeah, but
thanks to
in
gentrification.
Maryville, and we have avenues that are.
Yeah, Maryville itself is just not great.
Gotcha.
And it hasn't improved at all over time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping so, man, because I would have loved to move back there and kind of went back to my roots kind of thing.
Some of the areas are really pretty, but you still might get robbed or shot.
I was robbed on the end of my block at 14 and was in my first drive-by shooting at 14 being shot at.
Okay, so you weren't doing the shooting.
No, I wasn't no, it was just some kid down the street, Brandon. Hope he's doing okay, by the way. He was telling me about how his uncle farted on a wall. And,
wow. Okay.
And then all of a sudden, and this kid would always, man, you know what's crazy about this? I'm sorry, I got to sidetrack this.
Please do.
Shoot me back to it. But he would always be like, "Oh yeah, my uncle can get you my uncle can get you you want a Capri? My uncle get you a Capri. you want a Lamborghini? My uncle get you a Lamborghini.
God.
When you said Capri, I was like, does he mean the car? Like a Capri Sun, dude?
Of course, your white ass thought a Capri Sun.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. I was like 14, like, hell yeah, give me that Capri Sun.
Please give me Capri Sun. And so backtrack to the sitting on a wall. So he was telling me, he was like, yeah, my uncle would always, it was like his favorite joke to say was like, my uncle farted on a brick wall and he would start busting out laughing, which would make me laugh because it's just like,
It's such a random
it's such a kid thing to do, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so, and then as soon as he's telling me that, this car, like, we're on the corner and like literally car comes by like this and creeps and looks, and two dudes in the window, and they come around onto my block right here and they drive by me right here and that's all you hear.
At you?
And at us and at the house and at the
shit.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty interesting neighborhood. I mean, I'm getting chased by the neighborhood dogs and just some shootings every now and then, and yeah, so it was
Average kid shit, I guess.
average kid stuff. So
I'm over here drinking Capri Suns.
I'm pretty thankful for where I was raised, actually, because I'm actually thankful for that neighborhood because it taught me a lot about just having some street smarts about you, and like, you know, and like it was the time where your parents would be like, oh yeah, just be back where the street lights were on, you know?
Yeah.
And so, you know, we didn't really have cell phones when we were younger because they were just kind of starting. And, you know, they had like the LG chocolate and like all those kinds of things and like flip phones.
The
still,
razors.
And like fucking all this
Motorola
shit. Yeah,
razors,
dude.
yeah.
So like I had a flip phone, that Motorola flip phone eventually. That was my first one to open up and went, hello, Moto.
Yeah.
And
Over there,
Yeah.
T9 texting.
T9 texting,
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, learned a lot of street smarts from that, riding around in the neighborhood and just meeting people and just seeing what everyday life was before I was an adult.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Fair enough.
grew up in Maryville. Then moved to later around like 2009. I went in the Marine Corps. We were still there in Maryville. Moved to Surprise when I got back to my duty station because I was in the reserves. Yeah. So I was at a Luke Air Force Base. But when I got back, you know, obviously I went back to my mom's as a young kid and stayed there for a little bit before I moved out. And yeah, Surprise. So that's kind of where it's at. And I'm actually right back out there now because of all this kidney stuff. So
yeah. So Marine Corps, that's something you and Holden have in common.
Yeah.
What was one of the deciding factors for you joining the Marines? Or going into the military in general?
Like deciding factors, like what made me want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did you have any other family
It's
that was
kinda
also
mixed.
serving?
Did you just like enjoy getting shot at that much? You're like Marine Corps, you know?
No, I mean, there's like movies that portray some cool shit as a kid when you look at it and you're like, man, I want to do that. That's going to be cool, right?
Like which movies? Which movies specifically?
Like Platoon.
Platoon.
Yeah, and like a
Yes.
few. Major Pain was another one. I don't know why. I don't even know why.
Wasn't he Army?
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. He was Marine Corps.
Was he Marine Corps?
Yeah, he was Marine Corps. He was an officer.
That's right.
And and then he was like,
Major Pain.
he was too much, so he had to like,
he had to go
teach
babysit kids.
Yep.
I made my wife and kids watch that movie.
It's great, isn't
It's
it?
great, yeah.
Isn't it a great movie?
It's a great movie.
I ended up doing that. That inspired me to actually go into JROTC when I was in high school.
Fucking gay. Sorry.
I know.
Gay.
And I joined the Ranger team so that I could go and do the exact same competitions.
I once asked my Instagram, I did a poll, and I was like, what's gayer, having sex with men or ROTC? 99% of people said ROTC.
I also picked ROTC.
I picked ROTC too.
Hell yeah.
That tells you something.
There's like 3 dudes who chose sex with men. I was like, well, we know who ROTC guys are.
But I think there's a few major benefactors that kind of put me towards the military. One, as a punk ass skater kid in high school with a bowl cut that didn't even know what he was going to do in life, you know.
Yeah.
Two, my older brother is in the Marine Corps. He's actually still currently and works for the Pentagon. I'm not sure if I But
Yeah, go ahead and dox him. Give us his
Yeah,
social security number,
so,
date of
you know.
birth, full name.
give
so
us
that's,
full name,
that's
yeah.
where we'll stop.
Give me the coordinates of where he's at right now.
I don't know how all that stuff works. So anyway, there's that, and he was a pretty big influence on me and stuff like that. At a young age, before the Marine Corps, I would go out and visit him in Jacksonville, North Carolina, when he was stationed there, in Lejeune. When he was at Fishers, Indiana, at a naval armory there. When he was in Pendleton, visited him too. And so
That's funny. My older brother was also a Marine.
Oh, really?
But he was a piece of shit, and I was like, I definitely don't want to go Marines.
yeah, so
Yeah.
We are pieces of shit sometimes.
You guys are great. I love you. That guy was a piece of shit. You know,
thanks. I try to be a good person.
you're a great person. I bet you're like, you were a Marine? What?
I was the dude telling stories in the smoke pit. No, and then I think the third one was there was a recruiter, Staff Sergeant Current, and he was at lunch. I had this kid, Christopher, and he was super gun-ho about joining the Marine Corps. He would want to wear the camis and ROTC and be like, let me wear the Marpats. And I'd be like,
Done.
I went to the surplus store
Chris.
and everything.
No, Chris, you can't do that. And so he went to go talk to a recruiter because he was going to enlist. And he'd be like, you should go enlist too. We should do like the buddy program, or they got this thing called the buddy program and just delayed entry and yada, yada. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, man. I'm 17.
Watch this kickflip.
I don't even know what you're talking about,
bro. Yeah, seriously, dude. And Pauly Shore,
Yeah.
dude, for real. That's swear to God. So he tells me, hey, man, there's this recruiter at lunchtime, and I'm going to go see him. And I was like, well, I'm going to roll with you. I ain't got anybody to hang out with. I was just the kid that would always go to, like, all the different tables and hang out with people and just kind of have multiple friends instead of just one specific group, right? So I was like, yeah, man, I'll come hang out with you today. And went to go talk to him, and I don't know, something about it, dude. He had just some good mannerisms about him and the way he was talking to people and treating people and stuff like that. Kind of, I don't know why that caught me something, you know, like it like really caught me the way he was, like
The way he held himself.
he upheld himself. And
Yeah.
so you know, not really growing up with like a dad around and that kind of stuff, I was like, I kind of want that. Yeah. And so that was like one of the things. And I literally right then and there put my name on the little piece of paper and was like, call me.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. And then a few days later, I was doing the pre-process training at 17. So that because I wasn't doing too well in my classes, I had to do all these makeup classes and stuff like that so I could get good grades. Because my good on my recruiter, he was one that actually cared and was like, yeah, you need to get good grades, dude. And you need to pass high school to join. So, and like, he was like, I'm not going to let you join unless you do, you know? So I was like, all right, cool. There's plenty of other people who have been like, yeah, man, can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, write you off.
Did your buddy end up joining as well?
He did. He did.
Nice.
we were actually in boot camp together, and we weren't in the same platoon. But we saw each other twice at like the chow hall and doing this ruck thing during the crucible. We passed each other and kind of just gave each other a nod and moved on. You know,
sick. A lot of people, well, at least when I was in high school, were like super gung ho military and stuff like that, never ended up joining. So it's always cool to hear those guys actually do join.
Yeah, and they're probably the same people that eventually will be like, yeah, I almost joined, but
I would have punched the drill
I
instructor.
would have punched the drill instructor.
So one interesting thing I find from
because somebody did and went to jail while I was there.
Damn.
Yeah.
So one thing I find interesting from your story is that you went into the reserves, and like when I was going into the military and stuff, I didn't even know the Air Force had a reserves, right? I went straight active, and it's definitely an option, and they were getting like sign-on bonuses and shit like that. I didn't get any of that. Did they tell you about the reserves or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did, but I still didn't know. I didn't completely understand.
Really?
You know, just as a young kid, I didn't completely understand when I was joining was like, what is the reserves versus active duty kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I kind of had this gist of what it was. And then they were like, well, we got bulk fuel based off your ASVAB in the reserves out here, right?
Yeah.
That's the job out here, because out here it was bulk fuel operations.
Yes, sir. Still here, baby.
And motor T. And then and then they had like I&I staff or some stuff over there or whatever. So they had like the stamping section of it with all the officers and all the gunnies and stuff. And then eventually they had a naval detachment over there for medical and.
So you went
stuff.
reserves based on the job.
Well, that was technically what it came down to when I'm looking at it now. Literally, it's all clicking. Even that clicked right now. Boom. See?
Damn. So you didn't even.
It's just I didn't.
So
understand.
Did you get out of basic not knowing you were going to be a weekend warrior? Was that like a shock to you?
I didn't understand. Yeah, I didn't understand because and then like I knew they were like, yeah, you're going 1 week in a month, and I was like, well, there's got to be more to it, you know. And then so I was just hoping there was more to it. There's not news flash. There's not.
Just standing outside the tree of wisdom.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Fuck the, eat the apple kind of saying, you know. So, it just like it was. I liked it. I was doing cool things, and like I am super grateful for the people that I served with, you know, and like that kind of stuff. But like the reserve aspect of it never really got to me, you know. And then it gave me too much freedom being such a young kid while I was out in the world.
Yeah, I always wondered why you did reserves. You know what I mean? Just how long I've known you, I'm like, this guy would have fucking killed it active. Like, why did he go reserves? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like going from active to reserves, like the reserves is completely different. You know what I mean? But it's still good. But I think everyone should go active before going reserves, at least Air Force wise, just to learn the job.
Too. I think so too.
But yeah, meeting you just being a straight reservist, I was always kind of shocked by that because like you hold yourself like you were active. Yeah. Not like in a bad way, but like your mannerisms, your discipline, your routines you have and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you do. And what's really crazy is you even got to do that outside too, because it's like you're more susceptible to being pulled over and arrested and stuff like that, and ending up on the news being titled "This Marine did this."
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. Because they don't tell you, and even in the Marine Corps, they tell you, they go, they're not gonna put your name on there. They're gonna be like United States Marine Corps veteran.
Yep.
They're gonna like blast you.
Yep.
But at least you didn't get stationed at like 29 Palms.
Oh, dude, I drove by there the other day and just smelt the tears.
Yeah, dude. That's where my brother was at.
Smelt the saltiness.
I've met a lot of dudes from 29 Palms. Luckily, none of them ever know my brother, so it's been good.
It smells like dirt and depression out there.
It really does, doesn't it? And gas chambers.
Yep.
It was crazy. My brother was an amphibious tank driver.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, how the fuck do you end up at 29 Palms with that job?
That's a crazy job, dude. Especially going on a MU as an amphib driver.
Yeah, I met one of my good buddies. He was I think it was it the 32nd or 26th or something like that? Whatever came out to Okinawa. I met one of my good buddies out there. He was a AAV tank operator guy.
I almost went to Okinawa by accident. They fucked up my orders.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
They did that to me.
They fucked up my orders at a bulk fuel operations school and did
Okinawa instead of Luke.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would have taken that shit.
Because there was 3 dudes that like had the same first and last name with me, like they in school.
All of you guys had the same name.
It was crazy, dude.
What the
And
fuck?
2 of them were in boot camp with me too.
That's
It
weird.
was weird, dude. It was weird. We were in receiving week and I ran into 2 people with my last name and first name right after we got naked in the showers. It was such an interesting experience. That's the military.
Wagon wheel.
But the real question is, were you guys like the same size? You know what I mean?
Hold up your toes.
Yep. Hold up your toes.
Do you guys know that Army
Same first name, same last name.
Shower by the numbers.
you know, Army has individual showers now?
Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah.
They had it before. I think the Air Force doesn't even have individual showers. How does the Army get that shit before we do?
Because what we're referencing with wagon wheels is like a bunch of shower heads in a room like this on the wall.
That's how I said. And you
It's
go
hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yep. And
Oh,
you
mine
just
were-
walk in one side and you're literally spinning as you're walking through, getting
Ours-
wet, putting soap on, rinsing it off. And by the time you get to the end of the other one, it's been like 15 seconds and you're fully showered and done.
That's exactly what we did too. But all of our showers were cold except for Saturday mornings. We were in the
all of
oldest
ours were-
dorms.
Yeah, all of
They were
ours
all cold.
They
But we
were
do the
never
same thing.
hot.
It's like, hey, fuck, just keep stepping through.
Yep.
Man, those showers.
That was a time.
Yeah.
The
That was
best
a weird
time.
time.
The best time.
Yeah, I remember standing out on the we would do field days. So you went to boot camp on the West Coast, right?
MCRD.
Yeah, so I did too. So our barracks was right next to the parking lot that was next to the parade deck. So
okay. You know
how
where all the flags and stuff
Yeah,
were
so
in?
you know how there was the parade. So there was the parade deck, and then there was the parking lot, and then there was the theater over here, the auditorium.
Yeah.
So we were the barracks that was right next to the parking lot, and we would be on the top deck, or we were on the top deck, and I would be looking out the fucking window on field days, cleaning the windows like this, looking at motherfuckers graduating.
Just
graduating in their fucking uniforms. I'm like, you motherfuckers, I've got goddamn 10 weeks left of this fucking shit, and you're sitting there fucking
between that and the planes that fly over, and you're just like, oh, I wish I was on that.
So when we used to go outside of the chow and wait for the chow hall, the drill instructors used to have a piece of paper that would be the flights going out of the airport, and they would sit there and they'd be like, who lives in whatever town, Texas? And then you'd get the recruits go like this, and they'd be like, there goes your flight home. Say goodbye. And they'd be like, bye. And then he'd be like, okay, now go chase it. And you'd literally, there's like one big path that like runs along the side of the fence a little bit on base. You'd literally just, they'd fucking book it to that path and just run along the fence line chasing the fucking planes.
I hate that stuff.
Down the whole fucking base. And then they get back and they'd be like, did you catch it? No. Okay. Go fucking eat or whatever the fuck they would do. I don't know. I had to chase mine one time and it fucking sucked, dude. It's like a 3 or 4 mile run. It's just blue ass.
Get the keys.
You guys get to go home after basic, right? My brother did before going to tech school.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I didn't get that till after my tech school, so I did my basic training, which is only 8 weeks. But then I had to wait another 7 months till my schooling was done to go home.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, there was dudes that were like, shit, man. There's dudes in MRP in boot camp that have probably never went home to this day, I feel like. Medical MRP, for the people that don't know, is a medical rehabilitation platoon. If you go in there, if you get like sick or whatever, I went in there because I had cellulitis in my ankle. My ankle swelled up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And so I was in there for 2 weeks and got delayed 2 weeks in boot camp.
Fuck
and like,
that.
There's people that were in there for 5 months.
Dude, you get all kinds of shit. I met
a guy who was there for like 6 months, dude.
I met
a guy for 6 in Air Force. Like, dude, you're only supposed to be here 8 weeks. What do you mean?
I got pneumonia right before we were set to do the crucible, and they brought me paperwork, and they were like, hey, if you don't sign this waiver saying that you're good to go through and do the crucible, then we're holding you back and putting you in like the medical holding platoon. I'm like,
which is really chill.
Like, they were like, are you good? And I'm like, I'm fucking set, dude. And then I fucking signed that thing. I went through the fucking gas chamber in the crucible with fucking pneumonia, dude. I came out of that thing feeling like I was fucking crystal clear,
a new man,
super healthy. And
why doesn't everyone do this when they get sick?
Honestly, that was my favorite thing about the gas chamber. Was like, if you did feel sick or anything,
but that's the danger of it. They don't want you going in there if you're fucking sick, because people will literally like get so much music.
You'll get addicted.
They'll get so much mucus or whatever that they'll like start fucking coughing and drown on their shit.
We had one guy refuse to take his mask off.
The safety thing is behind it, honestly.
We had one guy refuse to take his mask off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so like I'm next to one of my buddies and he didn't properly seal his gas mask. So as soon as they threw that gas in there, dude, he's in his gas mask just
dying. Burn the tablets on a hot plate in the center of a room? Okay.
Cool. They burn it.
Okay. How many tabs do they do? Because this is the big difference between the Marine Corps and other branches.
I think it was 3.
Yeah,
okay, we do like 8 or 9.
Ours throw a handful.
Yeah, the Seaburn will be like, okay, 1, 2,
oh, they didn't
3. Oh, that's not enough. This room's big. 4, 5, 6.
Damn.
They will.
They didn't count for us. I just
like your skin will be fucking burning before you even take your mask off.
Yeah, I didn't see how many. Like I think it was like 3 or 4. I don't know. They didn't sit there and count. They're just like, boom, okay. Do jumping jack. Oh, well, you stand there for a minute, make sure everyone seals good. One guy's dying. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then we take our masks off. We have to say our full like reporting instructions, do like jumping jacks. But this one guy refused to take his fucking mask off, so we were waiting longer. And we're like, we're all gonna beat this guy's ass.
Yeah.
And then he takes it off. We do everything. They open up the doors. I'm positioned at the very opposite end of the room. Yeah. So I'm in that bitch as long as anybody, like longer than anybody. And I finally get outside. I'm like, oh, that fucking sucked. But you have guys like on their hands and knees, like I'm like, it's not that bad, dog. Like I have fucking snot running.
Dude, yeah, mine felt that fucking bad. I don't know if it was because I was that sick or they just gassed us out, but like everybody in our room, in our fucking chamber for boot camp, like the boot camp one is by far the worst one. The ones after that aren't that bad because you just go in. And at least for us, after that, they in the fleet, they would just make you get your two fingers, break the seal, put them on the sight glass so the Seaburn, when he walks by, can see that you've actually broke the seal. And then after that, you pull them out, clear the mask, fucking tighten it up, and then you're done. And it's not that bad. But in boot camp, them motherfuckers make you take the mask entirely off your face, and you will stand there until it's long enough for you to take a nice big breath in.
You guys have to like sing or do any exercises?
We had to do a fuckload of jumping jacks and push-ups and stuff, and then we took our masks off, and we were all sweating and fucking breathing heavy. Yeah. Side shuttle hop. Yeah, that fucking goddamn. And but as soon as I took mine off, dude, it was like, I was like, okay, instantly. It burned my eyes. So I immediately closed my eyes, and I was like trying to take a tiny little breaths in. That's what you do, huh? And it doesn't work. Because then you start coughing. And then I'm like, and then as you're coughing, you're taking more deeper breaths in, and then you're fucked. And that's
horrible.
I got down. I thought I was smart, so I got down on my hands and knees onto the fucking, like everybody was
smoke rises.
There were guys there were recruits trying to kick the fucking door open and get out. There were guys like slamming into it. It was like straight chaos.
Yeah,
in the
it gets crazy.
Like, dude, like you hear guys screaming, yelling, crying, guys getting thrown all over the place, people fighting each other.
Marine Corps kind of pussies. I don't know.
Well, we threw fucking like 20 tabs on the fucking
it was just 8 to 10. Now it's 20. Stay consistent.
Dude, I had a guy next to me, and
the fleet's like 8 to 10. The fucking boot camp, I don't know how many they be doing, but I got on my hands and knees thinking like, oh, the gas is gonna rise. It's not gonna be close to the floor. Fuck no,
it's everywhere.
I was like throwing up, and shit was coming all out of my fucking face, and we can't, dude. And yeah, coming out was the fucking. It was like,
well, when you go on your hands and knees, you're still like 4 feet. You know what I mean?
It was like being born again, and you're like, oh my god, I appreciate life and actual oxygen. Like.
Yeah, I had a short kid next to me, Chris, and he passed out literally. Like like sack of potatoes to the ground, and then started getting drug out. You just see him slowly get drug out of the room. And I'm just like, go to help him, and I get pushed away. Get the fuck back on the wall.
DIs.
Yep. And you're like,
but like the thing is there's DIs on the outside holding the door shut that are getting the smoke coming out from the bottom of the door. They're getting just as fucked up, but they've gone through it so many cycles already. They're like,
it's worth it for them to suffer.
That's how they get their frog voice.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get down on the ground right now.
Oh my god. Open your mouth.
Scream a louder right now.
I can't hear you.
Going, you who?
I can't hear you. Open your fucking mouth. Louder. That's really how it goes, yeah.
So yeah, 3 things that made me join the Marine Corps.
Hell yeah, brother. We brought it back. So how long were you in the Marine Corps for?
Yeah.
About 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, I was in the reserve. My contract was for 8. So, give or take a little bit. Yeah, love-hate relationship with that one.
Fair enough. Yeah. I've been there. I think we know I've been there.
Yep.
So, same thing.
I'm a good boy. I'm still a little...
Yeah, you hang out with us D-gens any longer, though. Who knows? Might corrupt you. Who knows?
Yeah, it's upgradable, though, so I'm working on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fight
Not a lost soul.
Nope. Yeah. No. So, Marine Corps, 4 years. Mm-hmm. Getting out, what year is it?
2013.
Oh, shit.
Wow, yeah. That's the year I went in.
Same dog. Yeah. Let's hold hands real quick.
2013. Can I join?
Ooh. Oh, it's a 3-way. Cooter, come grab my toe.
Okay. Well, Cooter loves feet. Heard it here first.
Oh, what a feeling. Oh, what a feeling. And so, yeah, 2013. It's a grand old year. So,
and you don't start Darkworks until 2021?
Late 22, 23.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say 23 just for the books.
Yeah. So what are you doing in between these years?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, man. Just
that's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
Wow.
That's 10 years.
13, maybe in 13 somewhere. Yeah. Construction.
Construction.
Yeah, a lot of construction.
I dabbled a little bit in the construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
What'd you do?
pipe fitting apprentice.
Pipe fitting. Nice. Yeah, I
He
did,
lays pipe like no other.
I did a lot
Yes,
of
I do.
concrete, and I did fine grade operating for dirt on a tractor cannon.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best construction job.
Drive a
alive.
tractor.
Tractor. You ever drive a John Deere tractor?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You got
So-
AC, you know what I mean? Especially out here.
No, there's no AC.
Oh,
in
no, you
it.
didn't have AC in those?
No, it's open. It's an open box cap
fuck.
thing.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, so it's just hot and miserable, and you're on there, and then the heat from the motor's coming up, and you're just like.
So it's even worse.
If you've ever ridden a motorcycle in Arizona,
Oh.
It's like a
that.
blow dryer to
It's
the face,
like
I'd
that.
imagine.
It's like that, and you got your pipe right in front of you. Like,
I've
for
always
the exhaust
whenever I've done grading and stuff like that, it's been in one of the big old tractors.
with the windows and stuff. You fucking that's the military though. They got the budget.
Yeah.
Or do
Yeah,
they?
but
I don't know.
the seats are always broken.
They
so
say
then
they don't. But then
do.
they got some people got nice stuff, so it's kind of like
It's hit or miss for like what I've driven. Some of it's been really nice. Some of it's been absolute shit.
oh really?
Dude, hydraulic seats broken in a loader when you're driving on a
Yeah.
bumpy road. You get done after a 6-hour shift, right? Because you drive for 6 hours and they'll give you like an hour break for lunch. And
You
then,
guys don't have the air seats.
well, they were broken. The air seats would be broken.
Oh,
so you're
okay,
just fucking.
you're just slamming the floor.
yeah, and they don't
every
really
time.
want you driving more than 6 because then accidents can happen. Like
That's
we
how
had
construction is in the
Yeah.
regular world.
I only ever got my license for like the big tram. I don't know if the Air Force has them, but you know what I'm talking about, like the big tram that would load the ISO containers or the quad cons onto ships and
Yeah.
stuff.
Sorry,
that
at
the
first I
Marine
didn't
Corps
know about
owned,
it.
but they like pivot in the center of them. Or
Oh, I know what
whatever.
you're talking about.
They're fucking huge, but I had a license for one of those.
I don't have a
and then-
license for anything. They're just like, go get in that dumb truck. I'm like,
Really?
yes, sir.
Front loader.
shit.
Well,
They have
I'm
li-
supposed to, but I can drive any heavy
You
machinery.
guys got front loaders too?
Dude, they're super fucking strict
cons-
about licensing in the
Oh,
Marine Corps.
they're
on
supposed to be with
everything.
us.
Yeah.
Fuck, I might have fucked myself. No, working construction, they have me drive everything. But dude, no, those air seats being out 6 hours driving that bitch on a bumpy road, you get done, you just feel like you just spent a night in prison. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It just hurts.
Diddy party.
Diddy party and
Yes,
dude,
sir.
fucking no oil though.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, not out there in that dry place. That's cool. So you guys got blades too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, big
Well,
old blades.
yeah, 'cause
I've
we
always
do-
wanted to operate a blade. That's
cool.
like one of my favorite machines.
One of my main things is concrete too. Like our job,
That's my
us do
favorite
it,
thing,
and
too.
like we have heavy machinery guys that we call them dirt boys.
That's kind of
Which
cool.
all they do is drive heavy
the
machinery.
dirt boys.
The dirt boy. Well, they want to change it because
Dirt
there's girls too, but even all the girls like, no, we're dirt boys. But they do concrete, and we also do concrete, and so yeah, we drive everything.
My call sign's Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Just do it.
Boof it, dude.
I'm part of the Dirt Boys.
Dirt
boof
boys,
it.
yeah, dude.
You want to be the dirt boys? You got to boof
My call
it.
sign was always Hammer.
that. No,
Hammer
that's cool.
one.
No, that's cool, dude. Yeah, so you guys got everything then, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we make do. Like sometimes we don't have man lifts, so you just fucking get a pallet and you build some size to it, and you put it into a telehandler.
I'm curious.
boom you out?
I'm curious if you guys have this piece of equipment in the Air Force. You might remember what I'm talking about, but it was like a little combat dozer called an Ace.
Yeah.
Those things were fucking sweet, dude. They looked like a little mini AAV, but with a fucking bulldozer shovel on the fucking front of them. And they looked so fucking weird, dude. They were just so it was like a compact little metal box with a shovel on the front of it and two headlights, and they were the fucking coolest things. They would never fucking die, and they had the most fucking. They would tear through fucking trees and shit.
We use them for like fucking IED clearing and shit.
Oh yeah.
Right, because we did like the armored vehicles where you put the armor underneath and shit
like
like that.
those.
They're like, this is dumb. Just get that fucking bulldozer out here.
Yep. Fucking love the Ace. Goddamn.
That's cool.
Yeah. So doing construction stuff like that, and I mean, I know your story, but that kind of led you into doing Darkworks, right? Because you're tired of working for the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty big piece.
To hell with the man.
That was a pretty big piece, man. And I just felt, I don't know, I was getting depressed a little. I was getting into this little like cycle of waking up at 2 a.m. and going to work for someone who's making more money than me, and like this whole, just how everyone feels in their day-to-day life kind of thing, you know? So
Yeah.
I was just like, well, what am I going to do about it instead of fucking complaining about it? You know? And so I was like, well, I'm going to do something that makes me happy. And that was the whole premise. It was like, as long as I can do something that is fun and makes me happy, and like, you never have to work a day in your life.
Yeah.
You know,
fucking
is
goal,
what they
man.
say,
As long
As
right?
you do
So
what
it's
you
kind of
love,
like
you'll never work a day
that's
in
what
your
they
life.
say, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so, yeah, man. So I ended up creating Darkworks, and I ended up drawing in the beginning, and like I haven't drawn in a very long time. But I ended up drawing
That's
my
a
first
lie,
shirt.
dude. You were drawing like fucking a month ago.
I know, but it's like I don't know.
Don't you gaslight us right now, dude.
I'm not gaslighting. I'm just like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
like I just don't like. I sew a lot more
Yeah,
than I
Yeah.
draw,
yeah,
and now I laser engrave and cut things more than I do.
yeah.
And then that like, and so, and I like supporting the homies.
Hell yeah.
And I can just pay my homies to draw for me and support other brands. It's kinda
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like other people as well. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
it's
hey,
like-
I want to dive deeper into you starting drawing, you sewing, because I found that super interesting, as well as
Yeah.
your new endeavor into lasers. But we're going to get a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Hey, guys. So kind of an actual ad read, not really an ad read, but Zack, Darkworks, our guest today, is one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. You're going to find out later in this episode that he had both his kidneys fail.
Yes.
We're doing everything in our power to help him out as much as we possibly can. So linked with this episode is going to be not only a direct link to his site to where you can buy things to support him, get something cool, shirts, patches, keychains, anything like that. There's also going to be a link to his GoFundMe as well.
Yep.
No one in this world deserves our support more than Zack. So yeah, that's
He's literally one of like the nicest humans I've ever met in my life, and he was one of like the key people that was like one of my first friends when I moved out here. He's just one of the most genuine human beings. So if anybody in the community or space deserves some help, it's definitely this guy. So we're trying to come together as friends and people we know. There's a lot of other people besides us behind the scenes that are helping make this stuff happen as well. And yeah, anything you guys can do to help support him and help this dude get a kidney, we'll all be grateful. So
yeah,
man.
Thank you for listening to our little ad read PSA.
Yeah.
But yeah, he deserves it.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Back to the episode.
Presently, 98 comments on Coors posts, 4 visible, including mine somehow. The rest are hidden, and all are just tagging you. It's wild. Yeah, their latest post, there's 96 comments. They only have a couple visible. You go to hidden comments, there's like 40 that just say just tag Vandal, and then they've deleted like 50. I got tagged in so many ones that when I went to it said message is expired. But they haven't fucking blocked me yet, so there's still hope. I have one guy who looked up the CEO of Coors
my God.
and has his email.
Jesus Christ.
I'm using so usually whenever I say like, hey, I should shout out to my followers, I'm like, hey, who wants to bully a company? Everyone's like, we're on board, and usually it's for a valid reason. That one, the one that says 98 comments. This is the first time I've used my followers for selfish means. Yeah, 1 visible. Go hit the ad sign.
Vandalart. Respond to Vandalart.
Hit the plus sign again. Scroll down. Okay, now hit view hidden comments.
well, they hid them.
They fucking hid them because of spam. Just fucking
Check
scroll
out
down, dude.
Respond to Vandalart. Vandalart DM. Vandalart.
I'm using my followers for evil,
Start
dude.
your legacy for by opening Vandalart's DM.
Yeah, you gotta show me.
Kickstart your legacy by opening Vandalart's DM.
Dude, if you go to my story real quick, or actually, if you scroll up, there's that guy that wasn't hidden that said go to Vandalart. He's been blasting stories, tagging Coors Banquet, and they've been viewing them. So click his story, or just click his profile picture.
Oh, I see this guy all
Dude,
the time, dude.
He's actually such a great guy.
Such a cool guy.
But wait for it.
Hang on, I gotta fart.
Do it into the mic next time.
Yeah, I tried to. I just got.
So this is one, and they start getting unhinged.
Coors Banquet. Vandalart has been trying to reach you about an amazing opportunity. Please respond to his DM. Coors Banquet. Think of the possibilities. And it's fucking Smokey and the Bandit and the fucking sheriff. Like how fun Vandalart Coors Banquet collab could be.
And by me, I mean the whole community.
This is great.
Dude, I reposted some of them. Like, this is fucking gold. Just the memes.
Is this recording right now still?
Yeah.
Dr. Scoundrel, fucking reach out to me, dude. You're getting a free shirt. Fuck this, dude. This is fucking... the fuck, dude? This is genius, dude. How have I not fucking seen this?
It's fucking great, dude.
That's fucking great.
My followers, dude, if I give them a task, they show up. I'll give them that, dude. It's not a cult. Actually, when I started
amazing.
So when I started the
Just came
broadcast,
back from using the restroom and fucking got blessed.
when I started the broadcast channel, the name of it was Not a Cult. And then after a while, it seemed like a cult. So it's like, we should change the name. And someone was like, legally defined cult. So that was the name. And now it's just Pretty Cool Guys.
Yeah, pretty cool guy.
Pretty Cool Guys.
PCG.
I wonder why it changed.
Well, other people started broadcast channels, and they were also like cult or not a cult. And I was like, man, it's not cool anymore.
Do you have like a specific follower count to do a broadcast channel?
So it's weird.
I wanted to do like a group chat for my peoples too, because I got like consistent commenters. And
Teach us.
like
So
that.
I've seen mixed things. Some say that you need 10,000 followers to start a broadcast channel.
That's what I've heard.
Other people, I know people who have less than 10,000 followers to have a broadcast channel. It also depends on what type of account you have. So mine's a creator account versus a business account. If you have a business account, you can't have a broadcast channel.
I think that's the big thing. I'm on a business.
mine.
You're on a
Business.
business.
So if you can change it to a professional account, but still under creator, to where you can look at all of your insight and statistics and stuff like that, and have options to like do ads and everything. But you have more interaction. Because I switched to a business account for maybe like 3 hours. And I was like, oh, I lost access to my broadcast channel. You lose access to a couple different things, to where it's like, okay, you need to be a creator account, and you need to
Gotcha.
yeah, be a professional creator account.
Well, guess who's switching?
Yeah, honestly, you get so many more options too.
Yeah, dude. I knew I was missing some things. Being able to engage with my folks.
Are you putting a penis on the board right now, Cooter?
Better be a good one.
Future episode. Yeah. Write it up there, dude. I like that idea. And we're back.
Here we are.
Whoa.
Here we are.
Still here with Darkworks Syndicate.
Back from Neverland.
So I want to dive a little bit deeper into your creative side, because I think you're a deeply creative person, in my personal opinion.
That's what I love the most.
I met you at the Badlands Bash in 2022.
22,
with
I think, yeah.
Tater Gang, R.I.P. He's not
R.I.P.
dead. He's just not doing it anymore.
Ghost of Spud now.
Ghost of Spud. That's my favorite shirt. I wear it all the time. It's like a potato, and it's got like 40 ounces, and it's like at the gates of heaven, dude.
Put his ass on a Haynes. R.I.P.
R.I.P. dude. But we met, and you were such like a genuinely nice person. I'm very introverted. I don't know you. I don't really talk to you, but you went out of your way to talk to us, and we got to chatting, and you were wearing your Darkworks shirt, and you're like, yeah, I drew this. I was like, holy fuck. I think we talked a little bit before the Badlands Bash. She's like, oh shit, you're going to be there. And then I saw you like, this handsome man.
That was my one and only good drawing, too.
No, dude, you've had good drawings since then, too. 100%.
Other than my logo.
Dude, well, the first shirt you ran was the angel, right?
Yeah, Azrael the Angel.
Yeah, I don't have that. I want it. I want that shirt.
You do? I've been thinking about bringing it back.
Please do.
Bring it back.
But you did you do amazing art, right? I think even back then I was like, well, this guy's like leagues above me. And I still think that.
I appreciate that, dude.
How did you get your start drawing?
Just at a young age. When I was young, I remember sitting in the kitchen and wasn't Maryville. We grew up in it was Alhambra before that.
I know Alhambra.
Right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
sir.
So it was like over there.
Also not great.
In an apartment complex near Grand. Yeah.
Oh, on Grand too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing too. So I remember my first drawing was actually the Chicago Bulls symbol. Well, yeah, the Chicago Bulls symbol.
Your first drawing was probably penis. Don't
like
lie.
it was a real.
That was my first drawing.
That's like every man's drawing. That goes back to the caveman days, is drawing a penis.
First hieroglyphics were actually just penises.
At least one man or woman in their lives will draw a penis.
Yep. Everybody draws a penis.
Doodle,
Universal, dude. Universal.
Doodle them diddles, you know?
Yep. Doodle them diddles.
Gotta doodle the diddle.
Diddy doodles?
Yeah.
Diddle doodles.
You know, so, and it was the Chicago Bulls logo. And from there, I was just like, yeah, this is fun. And then, like, you know, I was in grade school and tried to do the Van Gogh Starry Night thing. And then, like, I was like, man, this is really fun. And then, I don't know, just kind of like art was always like my thing, was like drawing and being creative and like putting things or I think I'm autistic. I'm sorry.
We all
like
are.
restocking shelves and refacing them and like doing these weird little like just artistic things on like how to style things and like be creative and like I don't know. I've always had to have my hands on something and like kind of twist it into my own little thing.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
I do that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. So drawing, and then high school, I was an advertising graphic design student. So I did the 2 years. I was in a vocational school. I did Maryvale for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I switched over to
Because you're the only white guy.
yeah. And then I did.
It's a ray of sunshine down there in all that darkness.
There's other white people out here, you know. And so I went to Metrotech and on like 19th and something or whatever, and ended up doing JROTC and advertising graphic design.
They had ROTC there?
They had JROTC. It was all vocational, so they had automotive, culinary, JROTC, like, you know, stuff like that, right? Like stuff that like will lead you into the world to have a job or whatever.
More like trade-wise.
And then my dumbass joins the military.
Yeah.
And then so, so I did 2 years, and they give you a little certificate saying like, you know, because you did this 2-year course of this, that you have a certificate in this,
sick.
right? And so advertising graphic design student.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woohoo.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
so I love drawing, and so they also taught me in there to do color separations and stuff for like t-shirts and how to make your own right, you know what I'm saying? Like draw them and then color sep them on different pieces of paper back then.
Like screen printing,
because
basically.
it wasn't like exactly,
not like it is today, but
set it up. Well, also to measure it out the I forgot the term, but the little markers to make sure everything's lined up and stuff.
when you do this separate like screens and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like all that kind of stuff. It's been years since I did all that, but so and then just kind of like I would always draw. I have a sketchbook. I've always had a sketchbook. Like I've always had something to draw into. And so when I feel creative or I want to sit down, I draw. And if I don't have my sketchbook, I'll find something to sketch on. Like the underside of like the foam underside of a cooler lid.
Yeah, I mean, you're being modest, but you still draw. I mean, you've still been drawing.
I draw.
We still talk art.
I doodle.
And your shit's dope as hell.
Yeah,
like, I'm still waiting for the snake to come out.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude.
And it is cool looking.
It is.
I haven't even seen the snake.
I'll show you the snake, dude.
Well, last time we hung out, I was finishing up some stuff for Steven.
Mm-hmm.
I got discouraged.
So we had a.
Oh, don't.
We had a little drawing party.
Oh, nice.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That was super fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Super talented. Amazing.
Yeah. A little behind the scenes. There's a snake somewhere, but just got discouraged by a few things in life and kind of just like, I don't want to finish it.
It happens.
It happens. Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Yeah.
It happens.
Life
Highs and lows with everything.
We'll get to that shortly. But then now you got into sewing was a big thing. Wait, let's both hold up bags.
Oh, do you want to? Okay, sure. I wasn't going to be.
I am.
It, but
look at this.
This is my bag.
Look at this.
I sew these, and they conceal carry.
Hold up, I'm gonna get closer to my camera real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You keep talking.
You know that's fine. So they're sewn by me. They're 1,000 denier Cordura, and they conceal carry. So there is his firearm, and it has a retention band on the inside instead of Velcro because a lot of people said that they hated the Velcro on the inside.
I hate Velcro.
And so I was like, well, what do I do? You know, and it's always been fun to like get these problems that people have in like creating things or whatever, and like I get to build it.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's another reason I love running Darkworks is like because people will like come to me and be like, hey man, you know, can you, like the other day, can you build me a dangler pouch with M81 and peach on the inside?
That sounds dope.
That sounds pretty cool.
That's hot.
Yeah,
that's pretty hot.
That's super hot. I can't wait to build that. I just got to get back into the routines. I'm sorry. Get back into the
so good, dude.
Bitch up.
Piece of shit microphone.
So I just got to get back on the routines of sewing here. So did a little bit of sewing for some people who wanted 2 pouches today, and
nice.
Didn't get very far.
Little known fact, I refuse to vend unless you're with me. I haven't done a single event where you haven't been by my side.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
And I really love you for
Yeah.
that.
I was like, whatever, like I go to vend.
It's been really fun doing
Yeah,
this.
I'm always like, can Zack come with me too? And they're like, yeah, of course, we love him. Like, cool. Or like, you know, and it's like, it's always been cool to see you interact with people and like you have those conversations. Like, what don't you like about what you use now? Yeah. What improvements would you see? This is what I'm already doing. And then sometimes they're like, oh, well, I always have this issue. And you're like, cool. And you jot it down and then you do something with it.
I do something with it.
Yeah, which I think is
why not?
dope. Yeah.
Like, dude, you have this information, this fucking beautiful thing being given to you of like, why are you going to waste it?
But, you know, other people be like, this person doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, I'm the guy that sews, but you're like, you're very intentional with what you do. And I love that. Like the whole retention strap in here. Like, I don't know why no one did that fucking before. That was like,
and it works, right?
That's what we talked. Like, I was like, I don't know why
it looks stupid, but it works.
It doesn't look stupid. I love it because
really?
I'm like, well, because as one of the first conversations we had, I'm like, when you were making fanny packs, I'm like, dude, please retention strap, because like otherwise I got to do Velcro and then I got to buy a specialty holster for the Velcro. I'm like, that's fucking dumb.
You do.
Why can't I just use the holster that I have already?
Or you use some whack ass 3M.
I've done that. I've done that shit too. I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna put Velcro on my holster.
And then if you're trying to be sneaky, like if the Velcro isn't very strong or if it gives out over a while, you just rip it all out and it's just like shoot them through your fucking case, like your holster. Wait, sorry.
Wait, fuck. Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I need to get one for my big old fucking hand.
I'm gonna make you one. I already told you I would.
I know you would.
I see what you're doing here.
You literally got a knife like 2 episodes ago. Fucking relax.
Hey, easy. I didn't
trying
ask for that.
Trying to exploit our guests, dude.
I've been dying.
I had no idea, but I'm not gonna lie. I felt a little left out here. Everybody's pulling their sacks out. And I'm just over here.
Cooter like that one. I've been dying, unfortunately.
That would fucking die, dude. Yeah. Where's the fucking empathy, Holden? It's always me. Where's mine, dude? What
I'm sure we'll get in the rest of the episode, but yeah,
dude.
You know what's happening.
Fuck.
Yeah, we've had an ongoing. No, I do.
You know
I'm
what
just
happened.
giving him a hard time. We've had an ongoing thing for I don't know a while now. So
I'm sorry.
No, you don't gotta be sorry about.
Why are you
nothing.
making him feel bad about this?
Jesus fucking Christ! I'll just shut up and go kill myself after this episode. Fine.
Put me in the will. Put me in the will.
Nope.
I was gonna take on all the debt, but I guess not anymore, motherfucker.
Nope.
Viewing party.
Live stream it or it didn't happen, dog.
Yeah, right.
Fair enough.
We gotta make a Twitch account. Hurry up.
Cooter, make that real quick.
It's crazy.
What got you into sewing though? Like,
Yeah. What was the transition from the art to
from
the
drawing to
sewing?
sewing?
Yeah, right.
He's like, I don't know. One day I just wanted to make a sack.
Have you heard of the thing called TISM?
Yeah.
No, I needed an admin pouch for my plate carrier.
Okay, there you go. That's how it started. You needed
Yeah.
something and you wanted to make it yourself.
The thing I love about you, Zach, is you're like, I'm at the point where it's like, I want all these cool things and I have cool homies who do them. So I reach out to them. You're always just like, I have a thing I want to do. I'm going to learn everything about it and do it myself.
You do that.
Like,
I do not have that information, but I will do everything in my power to get it for you right now.
Yeah. It's like, you went from drawing and you were killing it and you're like, I want to sew some shit. I want a fanny pack. So you start sewing and you start selling, people buying them. You're like, I need to drop some shirts. I randomly find this heat press in my house.
Starts
making his own shirts.
Yeah, what a blessing.
What a blessing? No,
what a
let's
blessing.
talk about it. You didn't question how a heat press just up and ended in your
You don't
house?
question things in Maryville.
Oh, my God.
He hit up his boy's uncle. He's like, hey, I know you wanted a capri, but can I
You
get a
wanted
heat
to
press?
fart on a wall.
Making some some backwoods rosin with a fucking heat press.
Now I'm eating burrata cheese off my toast. So now it's crazy, dude. I know
It's
I
a
got a
panini
heat
press,
press.
dude.
Yeah. It's crazy how that works.
Yeah,
Just
dude,
summon it.
he literally sends me a video message. He's like, bro, I just found a heat press in my house. I'm making shirts now.
Literally. I
did.
think I saw this. I saw the story and it was so random. It's like, I'm making shirts. I saw the fucking picture of the heat press. I'm like,
Nothing to
I
it.
thought you bought it. I didn't know the backstory that you just like up and found one in your fucking house.
I don't know where it came from, but hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother, sign from God.
And
It's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
amen.
and then he's like, you weren't getting your leather patches fast enough. I mean,
And now
Yeah,
you're
we'll go.
fucking making
We'll
them
call it
Come
that way.
on, man. Yeah, we'll call it that way.
Yeah, we'll call it that. You know. And he was just like, I bought a laser. I got a laser now. Let's make patches. He started making patches.
Snooze, you lose, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You don't want the money. You don't want the money.
Yeah, it happens. I was just like, holy fuck.
Fair enough.
Well, make it my own.
He does his own art. He does his own shirts. He does his own patches, and he does his own sewing, dude.
Yep.
He's a one-man shop, and I fucking love that about you.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to learn things, dude. And I want to learn things, and that's like one of my favorite things to do in life is just learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you got to do.
Listen and learn.
I feel like I'd be the same way. That's why I actively have to not. I have to hit up homies because I'm like, because I've been wanting to like learn to sew and stuff. I'm like, drawing takes up so much of my time that if I try to add anything else onto that, I'm just like, oh, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I make my own patches, and I'm still paying other people to make me patches because I support them.
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to get fucking hoodies made.
Bro, you just didn't find a box of them in your house?
Dude,
What
if
do you
I knew
mean?
how to sew, a fucking hoodie, dude, I'd sew you your hoodies
I get that. It's
for sure. That would
It's a
definitely
lot.
be a thing.
It's not about me right now. No, it's fine.
So we keep.
It could, yeah. The hoodies, dude. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we talk afterwards. Yeah. Is there an update since last time I saw you? Or are you just still waiting?
I'm just waiting, dude.
Hopefully, I don't get stolen on the way to America again.
No, I mean it's yeah. We'll talk more.
Okay, we'll talk more.
It's moving. It's just moving at a very slow pace.
Yeah,
So.
it always does. Patience.
That's how it goes
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's what
for
I've
real.
got. That's what I'm learning.
That's
is
all I got.
patience.
Hurry up and
hurry
wait.
up and
Yeah, you
wait.
should be good at that,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
am. Yeah, I just need rocks to throw at random
Dude,
things.
literally,
and I'll be fine.
so the Tree of Wisdom is a real thing at Luke Air Force Base for the Marines, your unit, because I've met some other guys from your unit.
Did you go over there? Did you go see that little thing? Did you see the basketball court?
No, I haven't seen the basketball. So my shop is right across the street from you guys. So I mean, I just see you guys standing outside the Tree of Wisdom throwing rocks at it and just fucking standing there hating life.
You
they
didn't
literally,
see the
they literally
dumpster behind
surround
the building?
Yeah,
The dumpster?
yeah. What'd you do at the dumpster? What'd you do at the
That's
dumpster?
the
Zach?
smoke pit, dude.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, dude. If you, that's the better part. Like that's.
I don't even know where you guys are talking
So
about.
on Luke Air Force Base, where the fuels shop is for the Marine Corps, they're there the same weekends I am because I'm reserve. Usually there's like a fucking gaggle of like 30 dudes just standing around looking at a tree.
Throwing
and
a rock.
Yeah, they call it the Tree of Wisdom.
Nice.
Yeah,
They're there for hours.
When you throw a rock at something. Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah.
I could see that.
Whole rock game.
I could have a good time throwing some rocks at a tree.
Dude, the amount of times I've been on training where we just hurry up and wait and we're just throwing rocks at other rocks.
Yeah,
We'd
fucking
throw
great.
rocks at each other.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you would.
We'd sit there and open our mouths and try and catch rocks with our fucking mouth. We'd get so fucking. We wouldn't care about chipped teeth or nothing. We wouldn't give a shit.
That's a cool little place over there, dude. You know, they have
I
a cool
look
little
like I
setup.
chew rocks already.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to leave it.
The worst insult I've ever got was that somebody told me it looked like I chew fences sideways.
Ah, fuck.
Damn. Which is funny because the fence is the same way, all directions.
All
It's just-
directions.
that's how
It's
stupid. That's just how
crazy.
stupid I
That's
am. I'm chewing
diabolical.
fences sideways. Yeah, that was.
Holden does eat corn the long ways, though. I've seen that.
I
For
do.
the
And
shape,
you
not
know
the
what?
taste.
When I pull it out, it's completely clean.
It is. It is. It's impressive.
For the shape, not the taste.
The shape, not the taste. I eat things for the shape, not
I'm
the
gonna
taste.
put that on a T-shirt.
Fucking dude's inhaling hot dogs over here. Shooting a good dog.
Yeah, we watched that video for this podcast.
That was our
ladies and
icebreaker.
gentlemen. We watched the video of the guy inhaling hot dogs and then coughing them back up in
In
the
a
air.
trailer park with Jinko jeans on.
Yes, and a wife beater and
It was
big
Holden.
ol'
It was
Oakleys
Holden.
and a bandana on. Yep, it's a good video. Look at it.
Fuck. So,
So
a man of many hats, including the new hat that you just had made, which is fucking sick.
It's a beautiful hat.
I need it to hide my hairline.
I like hats. I have 30 of them. Give me another one.
yeah,
You have more than me, and you have better hair than me. What the fuck?
I know. I
these will
hide my hair
probably
a
be
lot.
out by the time the episode's out already. So,
Okay.
Give me 12 of them.
all right.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so we've been we've been skirting around a pretty serious topic this podcast because we just wanted to highlight you, who you are, what you're about, all of the things that you do. But you've had a pretty serious life event happen this year in 2025.
Yeah.
Which I know you want to talk about. We want to talk about. We want people to know about. Just bring awareness to everything and everything like that. So do you want us to break down? Or do you want me to give more of a prelude to it?
That's whatever you want to do, man.
Take it away. What happened?
I don't know how long ago it was now. It's about 2 months, 3 months ago, somewhere around there.
I think February, yeah.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with stage 5 kidney failure. And I didn't know I had it. It was due to an autoimmune, like a rare autoimmune disease that's called, they labeled it IgA nephropathy. And it scarred all the filtration ways in my kidneys and left them like irreparable and irreversible. And so a glomerular filtration rate is the rate that your kidneys run and operate off of. Everyone's probably like 90 and above normally, where they should be. When you hit like 60 and you start going down, that's when you start getting into like the stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, 4, and then they go to 5. And so 5 starts at like 15%, which is pretty low. And they said mine was 9.
Oh.
And so that was like even below that. I'm like,
Yeah.
but the funny thing is I had no signs or symptoms of it. So I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what was going on. And I was already in stage, if that tells you anything, I was already in stage 5.
And you're still going.
I was in EMT school. I was doing regular day-to-day stuff.
You
I was
just
at
had
the
them check
gym
your blood pressure, right? You're just like, like my heart rate's kind of high. Can you check it?
Yeah, like talk about that. Like, what was like the cataclysm event? Like, you're like, oh, I need to go see somebody because something's wrong.
It was like 3 days of feeling like anxiety. When you get like a real bad anxiety attack and your chest gets tight and stuff like that, and it's kind of just hard to breathe sometimes. And you're just like, you know, whatever.
And was that like
it was
your
like
blood pressure
three
just
days.
jacked?
Yeah, because your kidneys control your blood pressure because
gotcha.
they filter out the toxins in your blood and help regulate fluids and blood pressure and the toxins and all this other stuff. They're very important.
Yeah.
So, it started like an EMT school. I ended up getting, like just chest tightness or whatever. And we were going over some, like medical question sheets or whatever that we would ask our patients and stuff to like do a workup, you know, pretty much in like short term.
Yeah.
And my chest was so tight and I couldn't think about anything at all that day. I was just like struggling. And so before each lab class, we take blood pressures. We take 2. And so mine was like, I don't know what, I think it was like 130 something. And then it shot up to like 160 something. And then it went to like 202 over 120 or something like that when I was in the hospital. And then they brought my blood pressure back down. I was like throwing up and doing all this crazy stuff. And then so.
Did you drive yourself to the hospital?
I did.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was going to go home.
Oh my God. You go through the medical evaluation questions that you just learned in class, and you're like,
something's wrong.
Yep. Blood pressure, 180.
Checks out.
I'm gonna go home.
Nothing like that. Like the medical history sheet that you do on your workup is like, you know, date, birth, blah, 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 who's the president, fucking, what were you doing, what led to this, you know, like the who's and what's of what the fuck was going on, you know, kind of thing. And so I just drove myself over to the hospital. I called my mother and was like, hey, you know, what's a good hospital to go to? And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, I gotta go to the hospital. My chest is too tight and I can't breathe. And so, yeah, it was because my blood pressure was over 200 something and 120.
Yeah.
That'll
That'll
do it.
So, and I could literally feel my heart just do.
I fucking bet,
you know?
dude.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, your kidneys work bilaterally. So if one gets fucked, they're both fucked.
That's what they say. They're both fucked, you know. But I don't believe that, honestly.
Is there like rare instances where it's like one's fucked up? Is that why they say that, or is it?
Bro, anything can happen. There's people that go into stage 5 and have gone all the way down to stage 3.
Damn.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so even with me right now, I'm hoping and I'm praying that because I was at 9 and 15 is the stage 5.
Yeah.
Last time I looked at my glomerular filtration rate, the rate of GFR rate I was telling you about, it was 17.
Oh shit.
Oh, so you're going up, making improvements.
So you might be stage 4 now, technically.
Technically.
Okay.
Nice.
And so, but But on the record books, with dialysis and stuff, they just say like, you're stage 5. They just say what it is.
Isn't the point of the dialysis too to like for hopefully your kidneys will recover to where you'll go up on those stages?
To give them a break, because they're doing what your kidneys should be doing, is filtering out the toxins. And so I plug into a machine every night, and I take like an hour to set up before I go to bed and an hour to disconnect and all this stuff. And what it does is it just pumps fluid into it, drains me first, pumps fluid into me, about 1,800 milliliters of fluid. And then it tries to drain all of that, and then it'll leave about 300 every time so that there isn't any. Because what happens is, before this catheter that's in my stomach, it goes into my peritoneal space, and it comes up and around, and it spirals down like a little garden hose on the end. When they pump fluids in there, it was causing pain from the inside of my abdomen down into my penis, like it was getting sucked out.
Damn.
Yeah. And
that's not fun.
I got to deal with that for a whole month.
Damn.
Peeing. Every pee that I did felt that way. Every dialysis treatment I did felt that way, and I could never get dialysis done. So I did no dialysis for almost 2 months.
Holy shit.
And the numbers improved. So it's just kind of like I have kind of good hope off of that with dialysis, even though I don't want to do it because I'm doing it 7 days a week and 7 hours a night.
Yeah.
Because no matter what.
I just know the acronym, like the PD dialysis, to where it's at home.
Peritoneal dialysis.
Yeah, peritoneal dialysis, which thank God that you're healthy enough for that to be able to do that. Because, I mean.
Yeah, his hemo is a bitch.
Yeah, that's 3 days a week, like what, 4 to 5 hours in a chair?
Yeah, and then they tell you when you got to show up. So one day it could be 5 p.m. and then the other day is like 6 a.m. or some shit. But you never know, so you don't have a schedule, And as a young person who's active and likes to do things, very thankful. So I'll put up with the pain. It's kind of one of those things. But that is something that I want to work on with that machine, this Claria machine or whatever. It's $500,000 fucking dollars. Why is it causing me pain? It's like, why is it sucking so hard that it's got to feel? Because I think I know what's happening. I think what's happening is that little spiral thing that's flat, right? And so what's happening is I think it's sucking so hard that it's sucking up on the wall.
Oh, shit.
On the inside, you know what I'm saying? Where all the nerve endings are.
Yeah.
I think that's what's causing the radiating pain. So they need to work on the suction rate, I guess, or whatever. Have something on there that adjusts.
So yeah, something that'll be adjustable because like every person's different. You know what I mean?
No, because I talked to somebody else here, and he's actually my customer now. He actually bought something from me, and he saw this from all the stuff that we were doing with Operation Kidney Snatcher, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But he reached out, and he's on peritoneal dialysis too.
Oh shit! And is he in the Valley?
No, he is on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
And so he's a police officer, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
So it's cool to see that, and he's like. We were just talking about it, and the first thing I asked him, I was like, "Do you get pain in your penis?"
Hey, nice to meet you. Does your penis ever hurt?
Do you get pain in your wiener?
I know we just met.
Hey, nice to meet you. How's your cock?
Does your dick work good?
So super crazy.
And if yours is fine, there's no problem here either.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved it.
Yours is fine. Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
That's super cool that you're already making like connections and having people reach out to you about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but these are the kinds of people I want to learn how to advocate for.
Yeah, exactly.
Do the things, and especially like the board that we're going to work on here in the future and do a few things with, and this whole event in general. Hopefully someone even shows up to this event and like has kidney issues or something, and they get a spotlight in all this because they deserve it too. Not just me. 100%. Not just because I have friends that can do something for me. I think a lot of people deserve this,
Yeah, and
that's kind of like love.
Yeah, that'll be for those that you don't know, we started a little thing called Operation Kidney Snatcher.
It's been
for Zack. That at this point it's turning into an actual nonprofit that we're starting, going through like the paperwork and stuff like that, to where we're gonna have a board. We're gonna raise awareness and funds and just try to help people out that are going through the same thing that Zack here is. Because my wife, she worked on a dialysis unit for a long time when she started medical social work and everything. So she knows a lot about it. And I did not till you talked to me about it. And I was like, oh, fuck, TISM hit. And I just went down that rabbit hole. I talked to her a bunch about it. And I was like, oh, this is fucked, especially when you get to like the donor list, which we can talk about in a minute. Like
crazy.
Just everything you have to go through just to be a donor, which is even crazy when you think about Arizona as the most aggressive state when it comes to getting people donors.
A kidney?
Yeah, one of the
which
best
is crazy.
states to
It's
be
like
in.
the fastest one, and like
It's still 2 to 5 years.
It's still 2 to 5. Well, it's like within the year, and like the gentleman that I was just speaking about got one within a year.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And so
friends and family, or
friends and family.
Yeah.
And so like 6 to 8 months, right? It's like what I said before when we were talking about it the first time. 5 to 8 years is what they said in the transplant class that I went to.
Oh, it's 5 to 8 now.
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, when you go on the donor list, which you might be able to speak better on this than I do, I'm just speaking from.
Yeah, I'll say whatever I know about it.
Yeah. Take it away.
Really?
When we go? Yeah, I mean, I feel weird to keep talking. You're like, y'all talk
Go
about
ahead,
it.
man. I talk about it all the time. Go ahead.
So from my understanding, just because
stuff.
my wife's also worked with a lot of the transplant companies out here and stuff, so I'm trying to get some fucking foot in the door for you too. We're like, hook this shit up.
Oh, don't worry about it, dude. Like,
but
I want to be fair to other people.
Friends and family. So it takes like 6 months until you're actually on the donor list, and then to where you can get a call. Right, it's up to 6 months.
It was like 3 months.
3 months. Oh, so
and like so, I was trying to.
I'm already fucking up, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's okay. No,
Good
it's
job,
fine.
you fucking idiot.
Thanks,
no,
dude.
it would take they told me a month ago it would take 3 months.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So does that make sense? It took about a month, but like 3 months in total.
3 months,
I guess, for me. I guess it all added up somehow.
6 to 8 months for friends and family, mainly because they got to make sure everyone's sober, kidneys are good, and stuff like that to be on the transplant
Not
list.
even that. Just like they have to test your blood and go through a 3-day extensive testing period of like crazy
genetic markers,
all the same stuff I'm gonna go through.
Yeah, because they got to check not only blood but your certain genetic markers, because otherwise your body can reject the transplant.
And the enzymes, down to the enzymes.
That's like the big thing.
Yeah.
So what's your blood type, just so we can get it out there?
We're A pos.
A positive. Fucking hit our line, dude.
A plus winner.
Well, who are the compatibles?
A's and O's.
A's and O's.
A's and O's.
O neg, O pos, A neg, A pos.
Yep.
Cool.
A positive can take A negative, but A negative can't take A positive.
And then O neg is
I think it's one of the O's.
O neg is the universal.
Yeah.
My wife's O neg.
My grandmother was O.
It's good for the apocalypse.
She only needs one kidney. But yeah, and so that's friends and family. So that's like why family is like the first choice, is because like a lot of those enzymes are going to match
the same
up.
Blood, right?
Yeah,
it's blood family, right?
Yep.
So.
And then beyond that, if it's a donor list, like deceased or just I don't know what else. Or they might do a thing. It's usually deceased, or like say I'm not a match for you. Right? I could get put on a list, and they could find someone else that's a match for you, and then we just do like a switcheroo
swap between all three. It's like a trifecta swap, and everyone wins, right? Yep. And then whoever is donating gets put to the top of the list as a donor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So in case the one kidney that you have left starts to do something funky or something like that, which it shouldn't.
It should,
because you're going to live normally off of it.
Yeah.
But it will. You'll be on the top of the donor list, so you can get one like.
Nice. But yeah, that can be, I've heard 2 to 5, but like 5 to 8 years. That could be a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think that is kind of one of those little hard things to, even now, kind of like, try not to think about it, and just trying to do my little day-to-day thing.
I just threw it in his face.
No, don't even worry about it. Because right now, what's going on is like, I plug in 7 days a week, 7 hours, no matter what. If it's in the day, 7 hours. If it's in the night, 7 hours. I pick one.
Yeah.
Or I cut my days in half.
Does it have to be it just has to be 7 hours. It has to be like it doesn't be like scheduled like same time.
No. It just has to be the 7 hours within that day.
Window.
24 hours.
And so, I hope they don't hate me. I've been doing it at like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I've been trying to work and like get my orders filled for people and like do things while I'm dealing with all this. So it's kind of like, I hope they don't hate me. I've been plugging in late and so I do that. And what they say is like I could go down from 7 days a week to like 3 days a week. Maybe.
Does that just depend on your levels that you're talking about?
Yeah, like the UF, the ultrafiltration rate. So the amount of excess fluid that you're pulling out of your body and stuff is whatever the numbers are. I'm hitting like 3,000, and which is like 3,000 milliliters of fluid.
Yeah.
And they put 1,800 in. So if that gives you plus the 300 that I already had in there. So 300 plus the 1800. And then I pull out 3,000 in total. So,
Jeez.
yeah. And then
What do you do with these bags when you're
about
done?
1340, something 1240. I throw them in the trash.
You just throw them in the trash?
I posted a picture the other day too, and I'm sure my followers have seen it if they're hardcore watchers. And I had about $20,000 worth of stuff in a trash can.
I didn't know that was a trash can. I just saw $20,000 worth of this stuff, and I saw like the stuff in the background. I was like, what?
They're little cassettes. I was actually going to bring one to the podcast, and I forgot. I kind of shoot the shit on that one.
Oh, you're good.
I was actually going to bring one, the used one that I used last night here to show you. Just to show you, you know, like this is what it is, and this is how many wires and tubes I got to deal with, and this is plugs into this, and this is where I drain, and this is all my excess fluid. Here you go, and like, you know, like this is, you know, and it's like, and I drain into a jug. I don't even drain into a bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that fucking blew my mind.
That's pretty
because
wild.
in the dialysis,
You just throw the medical waste in a trash can, and they're cool with that?
I pour it down a sink.
That can't be good for your pipes.
It's fucking crazy, dude. It's sugar water. And so what it is a big mixture of dextrose water and calcium in this like fluid. And it pulls from your abdominal wall in the interior. Because
Does it look like syrup?
Darkworks medical lesson. So the
New segment.
So
Wait, Cooter, get this man a lab coat now.
fucking crazy. So the peritoneum is a space inside your stomach. So the outer skin, like you see your skin, right? And then it goes through the wall. And then the space that's there is your peritoneum. It's an empty space, right? It's a liminal space. And then past that is another wall on the inside, right? And so you got these two walls like this.
Okay.
Right?
I'm tracking.
This one protects your guts, and this one is the outside, and then in here is your peritoneum.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so they fill all of that up with fluid. That's where all that's going.
Oh, wow.
It's like, yeah, and a normal human based off their mass body index can hold about 2,500 milliliters of fluid.
Is that a lot? Like, what's a comparison for that?
I don't know.
what
I gained
2,500
gained
milliliters is.
fucking 5 pounds, if
Holy
that tells
shit,
you
yeah,
anything. And it's
yeah.
like that retains.
Cooter's pulling this shit up.
Let's go. 2,500 mil.
I'm not a big number guy.
I don't know. I just put all that stuff in me. And
Cooter, I don't need numbers. I need pictures.
So I'm still learning, everyone, by the way, who's watching. Like, I've only been doing this for like
12 ounces.
a little bit.
It's a soda can.
It's about a... No, now put 2,500 milliliters, because that's what a normal person can hold. That's what it is?
3.5. 3.5 soda cans, basically.
Oh, 3.5 soda cans?
Yeah.
2,500 milliliters is 3.5 soda cans?
No, that'd be way more, Cooter. I thought you were the numbers guy.
I was like, that can't be right.
Well, 12 is the fluid ounces in a can.
25 hundo.
So
That's 2.5. There we go. Fucking Cooter, dude.
so 84. So how many
soda cans is that, Cooter?
That's 84 divided by 12.
12.
It's like 7. Like 7. 7 Dr. Peppers in your...
Yeah, imagine chugging...
How many Coors Banquets is that, dude?
7 Coors Banquets,
7
dude.
Coors Banquets.
Are these only
dude.
12?
Yeah, they're about
Oh
the
my
same.
God.
That's a fucking soda can.
What are you,
They're thinner,
what are you
dude.
fucking new?
Hang on, let me just tape Coca-Cola.
Do you think I fucking look at numbers, dog? I just drink that
That
shit.
is another.
I love
that's
this.
a different kind of autism, I
I
guess.
love being with my friends.
I wasn't speaking Vandal. I had to say banquet cans.
Yeah, banquet cans, please. What the fuck is a soda? You mean a road soda? That's still a
Road
banquet, brother.
series.
I'm done.
What if you want to pop?
Yeah, you want to pop?
Dude,
You
I look
want
like a
soda
little
pop?
Midwestern bitch.
Cue the emo.
Oh, Jesus. So 2,500 milliliters, 5 pounds.
But don't you just say you get 3,000?
Getting there. I
Was it-
gained pounds because all this sugar helps you retain weight and stuff like that. Which is fucking hilarious. But yeah, over the course of time, I was 157. Let's put it this way. Before I started dialysis, like officially,
Mm-hmm.
I was 157. I'm 175 right now.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I apologize. God damn.
And so, but that's good though, because I was trying to get to 200 before all this,
Yeah,
and
you
then I
just
lost
you're just
20
bulking
pounds,
early.
And I'm fucking, damn, hell yeah!
It's bulking season,
Hell yeah. I'm
boys.
gonna start a YouTube channel and just start yelling at people.
You want to gain 20 pounds in a month?
It's crazy.
Start dialysis.
Start dialysis. Have your kidneys
Start
fixed.
dialysis. Oh hell yeah!
Is it
That's
worth
a
it?
new
Probably
segment.
not.
Probably not.
So yeah, so plugging in every night, and so some people can get down to 3 days, or like some people will do 7 days a week, but only 2.5 hours, or there's just different ways of doing it, I guess. Hopefully I can get down with like 3 days. That would be pretty sick to be able to do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then have Saturday, like the Saturday and Sunday and like the other 2 days in the week to feel a little normal.
Yeah.
And actually sleep and not have to be like tombstoning and starfishing like some basic white bitch you met off Tinder. It's fucking crazy.
That's literally how I sleep, motherfucker.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What do you mean by that, Holden?
Because you a basic white bitch. That's what I mean by
Hey.
Sorry, basic white bitches.
No offense taken. It's okay.
I'm all dressed like one.
Wait, quick ball check. They're not hanging out, right, Cooter?
No, we're good.
Cooter, you've been staring at him the whole time.
It's got netting.
You got some chewed bubble gum there.
Yeah, that's crazy story too. Because my dad used to have this VHS I found as a kid one time.
Where's this going?
Oh,
straight
boy.
to bubble gum.
Oh,
and
no.
so,
oh no!
And so my
How
dad.
do we go from kidney failure to chewed bubble gum?
Man, listen to this story. The story's crazy. So my dad had this VHS back when VHSs were hot, and it put it in the VHS player, and it pulled up on my little TV, and his buddy was like, "Hey, does this look like bubblegum to you?" And it was like ripped jean shorts that looked like they belonged to like Dolly Parton, and bubblegum.
I have so many questions.
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
So many questions.
Bubble Max.
What was your dad the cameraman in this film?
Questionable.
And what? And why did he keep it?
Questionable. Sorry, pops.
What was was it in like a box? It's like
My dad did crazy stuff.
you-
He was just like, "This is where I get it from."
Yeah,
It's like my dad is.
Did
like,
you go to watch like The Lion King on VHS and it's just like bubblegum?
Daddy, no! I was just going through videos of the VHS because we used to have like boxes and boxes, and like we had these like brown shelves, and all of them were black boxes with like labels handwritten on them for what the VHS was.
Are you sure somebody in your family wasn't a serial killer? Oh,
Hey.
it was you.
No, no, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, so we had those. They were like the protective cases, and yeah, so that was pretty interesting to me. And I was just going through them, watching family videos, and ended up with bubblegum.
Quick break. We're learning that when we have a camera dial, we stop everything.
Yes,
So we're getting better. We're learning, folks.
we are learning.
After the snake bit episode, we have
We
learned.
have learned
That's
to take a break, get things fixed, and then go back to what we were doing.
Hey,
We might not forget what we were talking. We might forget what we were talking about before.
we do that anyways.
Yeah, I do that at least 30 times an episode.
Yes. Correct. I forgot what
Well, I
I just
guess
now.
I will then. I'll give you your gifts. I brought you guys
Ooh.
gifts.
Oh,
And so, let's see. Here's one for Gringo Tactical.
oh!
If you would like to pass that down the line,
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
There's one for Vandal.
It's like a whole goodie bag.
Ooh, shit.
yeah. Go ahead, check them out.
I'm going to.
Oh, I'm gonna tear right on into this.
All right.
Ooh. Oh,
So you got a new coaster,
Love
so you can
that.
put your beers on your coasters.
love
Oh,
that.
shit.
Gonna
I
do
didn't start
that.
with that. Ooh. You're so
do that
sweet.
now.
Yeah, dude, for
what-
sure.
that's
So
what
it's
we
a
talked
little
about.
bit of their art on some coasters so that they can enjoy them with their beers now.
That's pretty sweet.
I was gonna throw this coaster and disrespect you, Holden, but I would have felt bad. Wow. Fuck that holster.
We watch podcasts and do
coaster.
research around here.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yep. And so, which one is that?
I got the
Tourniquet
keychain.
for a stab in the back.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No tourniquet
that.
for stabbing back. Those come out tomorrow.
That's pretty
Ooh.
sweet.
Dude, this turned out so nice.
And then some, keychains, and then some OPKS
Oh,
patches.
fuck yeah.
Oh, these are the
dude.
new screws too, huh? Those are nice.
You like
Oh,
'em?
yeah.
I still got the OG green one you gave me.
Oh, do you
A little
really?
bit of yeah,
these
I use it
are
all
way
the time.
better.
I also use these. I also use the Rhodesian one you gave me. I use it to hold ear pro.
Oh, nice, dude.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
pretty sweet. I'll probably use mine to like hold gloves on my gun belt. Yeah.
And then per Vandal Art, I
love
promised
that
them I'd bring
shirt.
them one too. I brought you a 2X. I didn't know.
Absolutely. That's
Absolutely.
my size,
Is that
sir.
it?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I guessed.
Look at that.
I've been doing this for a few years.
That's pretty sweet.
Is that
Love
thick
that.
devil?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Love
Shout
that.
out Fourth Coast Supply for doing the shirts.
Oh,
Hell yeah. He's the realist.
Yep,
That's
for
pretty
sure.
sweet.
Super cool, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. It
No,
means a lot.
for sure. Most definitely.
Cool.
I still owe you a fanny pack.
No, you don't.
You made such a big deal about it,
Dude,
Holden.
I'm just gonna shut up.
I
You
gotta
don't
do
owe
it.
me
I
nothing.
gotta do it because there was people who were like, "Darkworks, what's your next drop?" And I was like, "Probably my body at this point." So we gotta hurry up. We gotta hurry up, guys. That's funny.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
That's super cool. Thank you for having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate
dude.
it.
I appreciate
Hey, Cody, you got one more beer in that little fucking lunchbox. God damn it.
You ain't got no more brewskis in there?
No, we only had 3.
Oh. I got some.
Oh, it's all good.
What
So there's been one consistent question we've been asking everybody on the podcast.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to lately? What's your go-to music been?
Yo, on the way here, I've been listening to some of this house music that sounds like Gran Turismo 1 music.
That sounds dope.
Yeah,
I like that. I think I heard that when you were pulling up.
yeah, I was jamming, boy.
Yeah, I heard the duns, duns, duns,
I,
like the race early 2000s
I was
race
trying
music.
to stay awake. Yeah, so I was listening to that, but lately I've been listening to a lot of Duke Deuce and Dirk and some trap music, really.
My ADHD autism has had
Some
the
Mud
song
Baby.
Thong Song by Cisco stuck in my head for
Really?
the past 2 weeks. That
That was the early 2000s. That's
Yep.
crazy. It's still in there.
I fucking love that song. Though.
His mind's a steel trap for the dummest shit.
It is.
That's crazy.
It is. It literally is. I wish it was for the most useful things. but
Sometimes
it's
Two
not.
Live Crew comes into my head. Everybody knows the
Have
song.
you seen the clip of that guy
No,
that
I don't
used
have to say it.
He used to work for some nuclear weapons station, and it was like back in the 80s or 90s, and he had to do like a checklist to like put the nukes back on the racks or some shit, and he didn't do the check, and a nuke fell off the rack and hit the ground, and he
Lord.
said at that moment everybody started running, and he looked at everybody's like, "What are you running for? This is a nuke."
We're all fucked.
We're fucked. Then he's like, "Well, how did you not get in trouble?" He's like, "'Cause I'm fucking smart." And he's like, "I had my checklist, and I went through my checklist, and I just checked everything down. So when they came around, it's like, I did what I was supposed to do. I don't know why it fell." And he said he rushed it, and the reason it fell is because he was trying to get the fuck out to go see Two Live Crew.
But I mean, if it's not armed, it's not a big deal.
I have no idea
Shout
how
out Two
nukes
Live
work.
Crew. Hell
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Almost
but I would-
caused a nuclear
I would
detonation
assume- I
Two
would
Live
assume-
Crew's dropping bombs
I would
without them
assume
knowing.
there's some kind of safety where they won't just go off if you drop them like 3 feet onto the
Do you know how
ground.
many times the U.S. military has flown live nuclear missiles over the states?
I would assume a lot. They gotta
lot.
get them from
It's-
point A to point B
Well,
somehow.
but they're not. They've armed them on accident. You can move them unarmed. That's how they're supposed to be.
Oh,
But they
armed them while they were moving them.
Yeah, I don't know how you fucked that up.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, well, most recent one happened a couple of years back. Yeah, the
You
Midwest,
almost died and you didn't even know.
especially if you're in the Midwest. Midwest would have been
even know.
fucked.
Didn't even know. That's
Didn't
kind of why I
even
like it out here in Arizona, out here in the middle of the desert. We're away from California. We're away from Texas.
What do you mean we're away from California?
Well, we're
Brother.
away, we're far away
6 hours.
enough for nukes to go off in California and us be fine. I mean,
We got
is
the
there a nuke
Tonopah.
that can travel that fucking far from LA all the way to Phoenix?
No, but there's one in Tonopah.
Like blow up that big?
Well, there's a nuclear plant. Yeah, we have a nuclear plant here.
Really?
Yeah,
I
if it
didn't know
blows
that.
up, I think it's like a 50-mile
Oh,
radius.
we're fucked.
There was that nuclear plane off the 5 called the
was
the
that?
titties.
Sano,
Yeah, the titties. The
where they
titties.
store the nuclear waste.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Even
now
better.
they were trying to decommission it, and now they can't even do that because they can't get rid of all the fucking waste, and they don't know
just
what
put
to
it in
do
the
with
water.
The video I saw, they were just basically encasing
ocean
sections
like
of
everyone
that
else.
whole
Yeah.
fucking plant in like lead. So they were just basically encasing certain sections and burying certain sections in fuckloads of concrete.
I mean, yeah.
So
Hey, out of sight, out of mind.
yeah,
100%.
Pretty much.
Nuclear radiation. When does that ever hurt anybody? Let's be honest here.
I personally think we like to go over conspiracy theories a little bit too, but I personally think we should just have nuclear power everywhere.
It's the cleanest.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's just too scared because of fucking Chernobyl.
Is it the cleanest, or is like
it's the cleanest.
It's the cleanest. It's the most efficient.
Well,
than water.
they're starting to produce miniature nuclear plants.
The only reason they don't make more of them is because there's so much. I think Trump was talking about it. There's so much back-end paperwork for the regulations needed for structural and certain kinds of concrete in order to build the nuclear plants that it's just impossible to do and build.
No, Microsoft and other companies are building micro nuclear plants to run their facilities.
Well, because he was saying there was something where it's like they're requiring like 15 feet of like the hardest structural concrete that you can't even fucking chip for housing, and then I don't know. There was just some kind of dumb rules or something when it comes to building them.
I've just been seeing that like Microsoft and a couple other companies, they're literally building
for what, like mini processing plants. Or
exactly.
Something?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing it for. I think nuclear is going to be on the rise in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, back before SHOT Show, I literally called optics on revolvers are the move for 2025, and that's all you're seeing right now. Let's be honest.
Yep. Everybody's throwing a red dot on
I'm just saying, hey, I'm ahead of the curve on most of this shit.
Is that the waste facility? That's a waste
Sano?
facility, right?
You just put it in the water.
San Diego.
Literally just put it in the
they
water.
Just literally dump it in the water.
Yeah, and then throw them in the water. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Huh?
And that says in San Diego. Is that why we can't?
Yeah,
swim
like they're
in,
already buried in
PB or
concrete.
whatever?
Oh, they're buried.
Yeah.
Oh, just fucking detonate that whole area and put it into the ocean. The ocean's right there. You can see it.
There's too much wildlife in the ocean right there.
Well, what's nuclear waste ever hurt? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, we could ask a few people. I don't know. History
Give me one fucking case.
History kind of reveals itself in little ways.
I'm just being facetious, folks. I know nuclear waste is bad.
What's that word? Facetious.
Facetious.
I'm a smooth brain Marine. You gotta explain some things to me sometimes.
I'm just jesting. I'm just joking.
Oh, I don't know. That's what that means.
Kind of like sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Am I wrong there, Cooter? Cooter's a big.
Cooter's the big brain.
Watch it is using the wrong word.
Oh, there he goes, using that big brain of his.
I don't even know how to spell it, to be honest. I just say to say smart.
He pulled up Hiroshima.
I thought he was gonna look up facetious. He types in Hiroshima.
Which, hey, good on you for spelling it right the first time.
Yeah, with an E.
Yeah. Hero.
Oh, he did spell it wrong, you son of a
Sorry.
bitch.
My God. Luckily, we don't have it set up to where people are seeing what we're pulling up on the TV.
Dude, stop pulling atomic
At
bombs.
least he didn't put Gyroshima.
God, look at that cloud.
It's pronounced Euro.
At the time of this photo was made, smoke billowed 20,000 feet above Hiroshima,
Holy
while
shit.
smoke from the burst of the first atomic bomb had spread over something thousand feet.
That looks dangerous.
Was
On
that?
the target?
Well,
I don't know which bomb went to which one. There was Little Boy.
There was the Enola
and-
Gay.
There was the Enola Gay flew. It was Fat Man and Little Boy. Hiroshima was first, and then Nagasaki.
But Little Boy was bigger than Fat Man, right? Or no?
Now we're all friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they got
Now we're all
they,
friends.
They got anime now.
And furries.
That the only thing the nuclear waste did was make them real weird, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting canceled for that one.
Yeah.
But Hiroshima was just
Fukushima power plant was the nuclear one that exploded in Japan, and like poisoned the water, and like it was a whole city that had to get evacuated. There was it was crazy.
the Enola Gay. They got a model of it, not a model. They got like a scale replica down in Tucson.
Little Boy and Fat Man against Japan. Little Boy, a gun type weapon.
I am very much in the realm of that. We had no reason to drop the atomic bomb.
No, yeah, it was just a power move. It was
I
a power move
agree. Yeah,
to
it was
end the
super
war.
power move for sure.
Which
Yeah.
the war is going to end in a couple days anyways, because Russia was invading Manchuria and taking all of the
Yep.
Japanese mainland shit.
Yep.
Most people don't know that, and it upsets me.
It's on my map that's over
And
there.
then
that I
they
got.
were so humble about it that there was one man who did a speech, and don't quote me word for word, but it was pretty much saying like, we deserved this, and like, sorry, pretty much, and was like, yeah, and thank God we're the ones who were able to receive this, and like, I was like, Jesus Christ,
That's wild.
There's been writings that show that
it's sad.
it was like double-ended. That they didn't want to invade mainland Japan, but they also were like fighting communism. And that
Yeah, so the documents you're talking about, they greatly embellished on how many American lives we would have lost, and they greatly embellished like because we had the mass suicides at Okinawa. Greatly embellished that as well.
It was double-ended.
It was to show force to the Russians.
Yeah.
It's 100% what it was, and we try to hide that. I don't like Truman. I think he's one of the worst presidents.
Shit was crazy, dude.
But like we did that by destroying two civilian population cities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that probably should have.
When we have internal documents from Japanese general that they're like, they didn't even care that we dropped like what's another city, bro? Tokyo's already gone. They're like, but Manchuria, where we're getting all of our resources from, is getting fucked right now.
Less than 200,000 people.
That's still 200,000 people, Cooter.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of people. You saying 200,000 people isn't? You're a numbers guy. One person's too many, Cooter. Hate to say it, but I got empathy. Yeah, total deaths from World War II, about 80 million. Most of those came from the Russian side. You know what I mean? But still, that's still a lot of people, Cooter.
Killing their own people.
They were.
Yeah.
That's still a lot of people, Cooter.
But
You're saying here, it was 200,000 more.
drop in the hat. Right?
It's still 200,000, two civilian populations that didn't need to be wiped out just because we wanted to show force.
Very small
That's not small. That's 200,000 people.
in the overall grand scheme.
You can say that about anything.
Debate in the comments, folks.
Google the
Don't
total.
debate about that.
Google the total deaths in the Iraq War.
So the one person who didn't serve in the military is the warmonger here. That's crazy.
Iraq War from
Just a drop in the hat? That's okay with you, Cooter?
2003 to
268,000.
That's just a drop in the hat for you, Cooter?
That's a lot of folks.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of Americans. Does that change your mind? Oh.
If you think you're fighting for the right causes.
But, so, what? If you think you're fighting for the right causes, it doesn't matter?
You're saying that.
Dude, your pack is like attacking me right now.
I'm sorry, bud.
Oh my god, get it, dude. It's going to eat my toes.
To 200,000 people, correct. I'm comparing 260,000 to 200,000 people.
As far as millions of total deaths.
Well, World War II, yeah. People died everywhere, but still, that's 200,000 people that didn't need to die.
Another keynote right there is 600,000 Iraqis died.
Cooter doesn't have a mic, so I'm going to end this conversation. But just so, I don't think we should have dropped the bomb. I think it's crazy. I get
conversation.
I get both perspectives. I honestly
I'm
do.
not saying it was right. I'm just saying like.
It's not a big deal. You're not saying it was right. It's just not a big deal. That's what you're saying, Cooter?
The debates are getting hot in the Meet Your Maker studio.
Shots fired.
Cooter hates Japanese people. You heard it here first.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Japanese people.
Be on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sorry, Japanese people.
Yeah, hey. I love ramen. You know what I mean?
I lived 2 years in Japan. I loved it there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this podcast is.
Anyway,
sometimes.
Operation Kidney Snatcher. What's that all about?
My friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, in total, it's my friends.
Yeah.
All my friends put it together, starting with this hunk of chunk burning alive right there.
What do you mean hunk of chunk,
So,
dude? Calling me fat.
He's chunky.
Fuck, I'm working on it.
He's from the back.
Working on it. I can give you some fucking pointers, dude.
Hey, someone literally commented, "Oh, dude, Gringo's losing weight." Did you not see that one?
No.
Yeah, someone noticed that you're losing weight.
I have been losing weight though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing. I didn't want to say anything.
dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've been asking Belinda and my wife, and I was like, I've lost a little bit of weight. I was like, but I look at myself every day in the mirror, so I don't notice.
You don't
that.
notice.
You've been looking at that video where you're running around the track with 2 cans in your hand. That's what it is.
Oh my god.
Going back
It
to the
was
glory
the
days.
That's
most
an
recent
embarrassing
episode.
video. You love that video,
I
didn't
do.
you?
Yeah,
It
hell
was a
yeah,
video
dude.
of me running around the track with the ammo cans.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one,
smoking
yeah.
fools, and then
It's
I
my
fuck-
favorite video.
Dude,
That's not my favorite video.
that was a crazy experience. I've never had that. My legs just gave out.
my
They were
favorite.
done.
My favorite video of you is at Oso Brewery, sneaking stickers of Gringo Tactical everywhere. That's my favorite video of you.
I'm guilty of doing that. You see me at an establishment, I'm slapping my fucking stickers
Looking
somewhere,
as
dude.
guilty as ever, too.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I'll make sure that it's a new routine video that I post on my
And then
story.
Cooter's sister, I'm trying to be all nonchalant about it. Cooter's sister's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's in the video too.
People
What are you
walking
doing?
up, why are you doing that? I'm like, fucking shut up.
I love it.
But no, it's
Yeah. Now, Operation Kidney Snatcher is an event, April 26th, that was started by a few of my friends. You guys.
yeah. There's some other people. So
Yep. It's not just them. It's like a lot of people. There's Murphy's Outdoors, and there's Desert Warship, and then there's Vandal Art and Gringo Tactical and Prey Drive Designs and Almost Covert, who jumped in and did a cool video for us that day, and
Keep going.
all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I just thought we stopped for the camera when it. Okay, and then so all that, and then there's tons of other people in there too. Infinity Defense Targets jumped in with their stuff and let us use their warehouse to do a cool video and that kind of stuff. And Young Waco filmed it, and people like Steven, who came over, Stay Mental, and he helped do the initial intro video to kind of this whole thing. So. But there's going to be guns and stuff, which is really fun because I like guns and stuff. I like guns and stuff, if you couldn't tell. I'm in the community. And yeah, dude. So I'm really just more excited to be around people that I like and people that I love and that like me too. And so that's going to be probably the best part for me, is to be able to just kind of like actually say fuck dialysis at a certain time and be able to go train with everybody and like do some fun stuff at the range and like just be a part of like people for a few hours instead of me and my machine.
Yeah.
So very thankful. Thank you. I appreciate you a lot.
Of course, dude.
We appreciate you, buddy.
And it's just mean a lot. So I probably would have never done any of this for myself.
We know. That's why we
know.
did it.
Yeah.
That's why we. Yeah,
I've met you. I
So
knew you
it's
weren't going to do
gonna-
anything for yourself
I know,
because
I
you
would've
feel weird
just-
about it, which
I do.
I get
I'm
that.
not that person to
No.
ever like ask for anything. If I'm asking for something, it's really important. It means a lot to me that I'm even asking you to help me out and do something, whether that be another brand that makes me something or something like that. Means a lot that you would want to make me something, and for me to want to give you my money and pay you to do something when I could go out and do it myself.
Yeah.
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 Like, I'm not that type of person to ever ask for something. Like, I don't ask for help, and I reached out to a few people for help with my laser cutting, and they like were really cool about it. So I'm very thankful about that. And so I have cool people that have my back, and it's cool to know that I've been loved through this whole process, and that I'm not like truly alone, because I have felt like pretty alone. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like even now, I feel like I have all these friends and family and people who love me, but I still feel a little alone inside. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
And it's just because I know there's things going on. So
Yeah.
it's kind of always like the back burner on my brain, even though I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Me and you've had some talks about the deeper,
Oh
darker
yeah, most
demons.
definitely. Yeah, for sure, dude. And it's like,
It's one of those things where, and me and Trey, we're gonna have an episode on it in the future about like mental health and stuff like that, because it's a really big topic. Me and him are really passionate about, and a lot of us are
too.
passionate about.
mm-hmm.
And but it's like one of those things. It's like when you're going through something like you are, whether or not you're going through a state of depression or something, it's like you could have friends and family all around you, and they're wanting to help, and they see you're struggling and stuff and everything like that, but I agree, there still is that kind of like little bit of sense of like you're still kind of alone, like it's something that you yourself, you feel that you need to take on your own, and it's one of those things. It's like it's hard to kind of like open up yourself and let those other people in,
But you have to. Sometimes you got to just sit down with yourself and like isolate yourself for a little bit and kind of battle it out for a little bit and be like, no, you're right, and kind of move on about it. And like one of the sayings that I've been saying a lot lately is, I put my armor on to go to war with myself, but I know I'll win because I know myself.
Yeah.
I like
And so that's kind of like it all just circles back into itself. And honestly, that's all it is really, is just you kind of coming back and reflecting on yourself and kind of getting a little sad about it. And that's okay.
There's like that one that's my favorite. It's the horrors persist, yet so do I.
Yeah, hell yeah,
So,
dude. Floggings continue until
I
morale improves. So,
I'm just straight about having a good time, dude.
yeah, so I'm super excited about having a good time with my friends and
Yeah, dude.
doing this whole thing. And I don't even know, like, I've asked them to kind of keep it somewhat of a surprise, but still tune me in a little bit. And so it's been fun to watch this whole thing unfold. And hopefully there's cool things that happen afterwards, or we can keep things going for other people with kidneys afterwards and, like, advocate for all of you out there who are watching who probably have something wrong with your kidneys, so
Yeah.
hopefully eventually I can do stuff for you guys too, and then we can always have cool parties and friends around.
That's the goal, man.
Yeah,
Like, we put this together because we just wanted you to see how many people are in your corner, because, like, I get it. Like, this is a very, like, isolating thing, right? Like, you're saying you felt like, hey, I'm struggling with this and I'm by myself because, like, I haven't gone through kidney failure. It's like, I can have empathy all day, but I can't put myself in your shoes. But what I can do is make sure you know how many people are in your corner, how many people care about you, just as a constant reminder. And so for me, that's been like the driving factor of all this is like, okay, we're going to have fun with the homies. Zack's going to see how many people support him, love him, are here for him, and who just have your back, who are watching your six. And I think,
hell yeah, I love you.
I love you too, man.
I
think
appreciate that.
that's super important. And then beyond that, just trying to raise some money to help out with these fucking stupid medical bills, paying $20,000 for a bunch of bags of sugar water.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's like each of those cassettes is like $4,000, and I just toss them in the trash every night.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild.
We'll save them all, go throw them in the ocean.
The machine is a damn Porsche or Ferrari.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's $500,000.
Damn.
Yeah, I want to sell that shit on the black market. I'm like, Nadia, I'm just gonna build a shitty Temu replica and give it back to him because
Darkworks Medical Supplies.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to Davita, who just got hacked. Fucking
did they?
assholes. Yeah, I was supposed to go in and do my adequacy, which is like I go in and I drain into this bag this time. Woohoo! They gave me a bag this time, and I asked them why I couldn't have these bags. They said because it's too much money to give to the patients, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Sounds like the military to me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So then the bag and the draining and all that kind of stuff goes in there, and they give me less days if it's like good. Right?
Okay.
And then they get hacked, causing me to like be delayed on getting less days. So I'm in that predicament in the mental state right now, dealing with. I get to go home after this and plug into my machine. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd come cuddle you every night if I could.
Oh, I can't have anyone in there.
I'd still cuddle you.
Yeah, I
I'd
can't.
still find
Sterile environment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll put him in a bubble and have him stand in the corner of the room.
Yeah, can't have you farting shitting around me.
Yeah, we'll just do like the beginning COVID days. I'll put a fucking grocery bag over my face.
Yeah, put a scuba diver helmet on.
Bubble boy that shit.
I'll put a grocery bag over my face and then suck your toe through the grocery bag.
Okay. Just put that grocery bag over your head and just tighten it for me, please.
Whoa, dude. Honestly, if I saw that happening on the street, dude, I'd probably stop and watch. This shit's crazy. That's diabolical.
You guys don't have a sleep paralysis demon. It's actually me.
That sucks your toes through a grocery bag? No, I don't, dude. What is wrong with you? What is? I gotta meet your sleep paralysis demon,
fucking
dude.
hurt you, Holden?
Fucking slap
Who
my dick
hurt
across
you?
a
its
lot
face.
of
This is
people, bro.
How much Benadryl are you taking at night, dude? I've heard of the hat man, not the bag man, dude.
wild, man.
I
Oh,
beg for the sleep paralysis demons to come, and they never do.
I just want my toes
Dude,
sucked.
I saw Ghostbusters.
They don't like me.
I saw Ghostbusters, right? And you know the scene where like he gets his pants unzipped by that one ghost or whatever. I wish I was him. When I was younger, I was like, that's gonna be me someday.
No hands Jack, dude.
I was like,
hope
I'm
no
gonna
ghosts are gonna get me.
This ghost's gonna do me.
He goes like, I heard there's a
As a
haunted
kid, I
house
was
down the road. We're
excited.
going.
I was excited. Hell yeah.
God damn it.
Who
Well,
are you gonna call?
God, I'm sweating.
there's a reason why they call it the Ghostbusters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Someone make that patch. Ghost busting.
Strange.
Some strange, dude.
And it don't look good.
I would love to see it.
Fuck. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap this
Okay.
one up.
That's
Zach,
been fun.
Where can the people find you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Plug all of your things.
Plug up. Well, shout out to Facebook Meta for shutting down all of my things. And now,
shots fired.
Yeah, 5 shots fired. Fuck you. And you can find me on Instagram at Darkworkssyndicatellc. I had to switch up, put a little LLC on the end of there. And then you can find me on my website, darkworksclothing.com, if you want to go purchase something or support in any certain way. You could also check out the Operation Kidney Snatcher website. I'm not sure how long that'll be running for.
Should be up forever.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All
Haven't
right,
heard
it's up
anything
forever
else.
until I get a new kidney. Or else.
Well,
So-
maybe if it turns into charity, it's staying up. But also,
that would be cool because that could be
landing page for it. Yeah.
That'll just be the name of the charity.
Yeah, and then please, if you can, check out Operation Kidney Snatcher. Like you said, there's a link to a GoFundMe that directly benefits Zack. If you have the means to, please do. I'm sure you guys have seen from this conversation, one of the most genuine, kind-hearted human beings you'll ever meet in your life.
I like to have fun.
I really do appreciate you
I
coming all the way
appreciate you
over
guys
here,
for doing everything for me, man, and thank you for keeping my spirits up.
Yeah,
Do our best,
we love
dude.
you,
Yeah,
buddy.
I appreciate you
Love you a
guys.
lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Cooter, cue us out, baby.
Cue us out, baby. Oh, here it comes.
Cooter still hates Japanese people.
And on that bombshell.
You know what that sound means, folks. Ghost busting.